Hey, Zan, thanks for being on tonight, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man, I've been looking forward to it since the last time. So much so I haven't played Destiny since.
Uh-oh.
That's what we do. That's what we do to people.
We turn people off of Destiny.
There you go. But hey, speaking of turning people off things, apparently Potato Thumbs just decided that they can bypass the board at the podcast awards completely and give themselves an award that was stripped of them.
I heard something about this.
Yeah. Yep.
So being that I'm actually on the board at the podcast awards, I'm just going to throw some shade and some fire back at them. And, you guys are now officially granted the Best Podcast Playlist 2019 award.
We did it, Hazel.
So there it is.
We did it, man. Oh, I'm
gonna cry.
Damn it, I'm so happy.
My mom's
and this one's legit because, I'm actually affiliated with the group that gives this out. So there's some weight to it instead of just a participation trophy.
Hey, honey, guess what? Damn, I gotta tell her. I gotta tell her later tonight. Man, how are you gonna let down Fluffy and Admiral Nips?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, this took a whole lot of research and study into the day 2 playlist, and there's just not enough Nickelback to win the 2019 Podcast Playlist of the Year award.
I love it. I love it. Well, hey, Hazel, we can say it now, man. Our award-winning
Potato Thumbs?
No, our award-winning podcast playlist. Oh, I can't wait to do that tonight.
I like it.
This is sweet.
Totally unbiased, by the way.
Even better. Well, I'll leave it at that. I'm so freaking happy right now. Hey, Hazel, go find a Nickelback song.
Done.
Guardian down.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 62 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe and interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. All of this while trying not to take ourselves too seriously and having some fun along the way. I'm your host, The Gator. And my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. How's your week been, man? I haven't been, must be really been busy this week because I've hardly seen you, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty busy this week at work. Trying to get used to the new normal. Things are changing again. So, we're just going to see how it goes from there. But, my work's been going pretty good. Life's been pretty good. Today, well, actually, I found out, I think, Wednesday maybe, that I got the email for the raffle for the PlayStation 5.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so this morning I was like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm going to pull the trigger. I talked to my wife, and she, it was weird. She was just like, yeah, duh, I thought you were already going to do this kind of thing and everything else. And I was just like, okay, you're setting me up for something. It's like, this is going to make the only thing I get out of the divorce. But yeah, I was going in. It took me like 20 minutes to go ahead and get in, and it was already out of stock. So I didn't get it.
Wait, so PlayStation's direct pre-orders that you had to get a raffle to win and a possibility to pre-order were sold out?
Correct.
That was my question. Wow.
What the heck?
What is up with that? We're going to get into that tonight. I know we can go down a rabbit hole right in here and now, but let's not do that.
But how you been, man?
I've been good. It's been a really wet week here in Florida. I mean, that hurricane, I can't keep track. Sally, I think it is now, just sat over Florida for, around the Gulf Coast for days and days. And I mean, it's been rain every day this week. So it's been really frustrating, trying to get any work done because my work is very weather sensitive in how I apply stuff and stuff. But man, I tell you what, I've had a good week. I mean, overall, I mean, I got some big big commercial jobs done, so I'm in good shape there. So yeah, nice. Overall, I give it a C.
Nice, man. Nice. Would you say it's a WAF? Not a WAP, but a WAF.
A WAF? I don't get that. I don't get that.
Wet ass Florida.
Oh, wet ass Florida. Yeah. I'd say that. And I feel bad.
Somebody listening right now is thinking of WAP, and it's a play on that. Yeah.
I got you. Well, I feel for a lot of our friends. Like, who we got over in California right now? We got Jay. We got Jughead, Rocker Dude. Gosh, Nate Foo is over there too, isn't he? Nate Foo's over there.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you guys are all safe because, my God, I'm looking at the pictures on the news. I don't know how you guys can even breathe over there right now. It is literally hell on earth right now over there. And I wish I could blow some of that rain right over there, but it's just not the way it works. But hey, I'm super stoked tonight. We got a really good friend of the show on returning. And I've looked back. He hasn't been on our show since October of last year, Hazel. And we're welcoming him back, hopefully for a full recorded show this time around. And as promised, he is returning tonight, and I'm really excited. Welcome back, Zanifan 711. How you been, man?
I've been really good, guys. I've been really good. Thanks for having me back on.
Yeah, I think we lost. I think all of the segment we talked about, all the Destiny talk we had, as I remember that's what we were talking about. I think it was like an hour of content. It just got cut. And it is the shortest episode on record for us here at Guardian Downcast. So believe me, it was not from who we had on. It was just Gator messed up.
Sure.
Lost episode type deal. Well, hey, just a quick overview of tonight's show. First, we're going to catch up with Zan and see what's going on in his life right now. And it sounds like it's very busy. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB for this week, the 15th week of Season of Arrivals.
You know what, man? I had a dream that you said that we were doing this podcast, and you were like, hey, the last week of Season of Arrivals, and I cheered. Well, then I woke up and I'm like, fuck, we still have like a month, 2 months left of this.
I love it. Well,
so question from a now Destiny scrub.
Yes.
Did anyone actually arrive?
Well, everybody
yeah.
And some people left.
Some people are going to be leaving too. Some of them decided to stick around. Some of them said, all right, I'll get on your ship and head out. If you play the Exodus quest, you'll find all about that. So,
yeah, I actually finished the Exodus quest today. I logged in for
Did you?
An hour.
It's a good quest.
And then
Did you get the sidearm?
I didn't read it. Yeah, I got the sidearm. I didn't read any of the lore, but I saw the little TLDR from Zavala. Yeah. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay.
Well, good deal.
So what I'm gathering is that no one arrived during Season of the Arrivals.
I guess we're still waiting for that to happen. Yeah,
the ships arrived.
The pyramid ship showed up. They're hovering over everywhere. There's little miniature ones zipping all over the skies. If you log in, Zan, you'll see it. It's craziness right now.
So then they should have just called it Season of the Approach.
You got me, man. Hey, talk to Luke Smith. I don't come up with the titles for seasons. Maybe you should do it for him.
Y'all have been waiting 15 weeks for nothing to happen?
Not yet. We're still waiting
because I'm playing Warzone.
Hey, I'm actually playing that new alpha, that Call of Duty alpha this weekend. And you don't have to drink.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to drink. I've already downloaded it. I'm ready to play it. So
what? That doesn't mean anything. Oh, I've downloaded countless other games.
I'm going to play it. I'm telling you. I want to see what this is all about. I've heard good things. So I've had buddies of mine that my old Battlefield buddies have even jumped in and starting to play it. So, oh man, how do we get down that rabbit hole? Jeez.
It's going to be one of those nights.
Well,
blame me.
That's all right, man. It's all right. Yeah, you know, I don't like to be scripted all the time, so it's nice to be able to get off script a little bit sometimes. We are going to talk about Sony's big reveal this week and the myriad of choices for gamers when it comes to next-gen gaming, and we got a lot of choices, folks. Finally, we're going to answer questions from our community and add 2 songs each to our to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. All right, guys, let's do this. Zan, how you been, man?
I've been good.
It's good to see you back. And you know what, Hazel, why don't you open up with the questions this week?
All right. Well, sir, what's Zan been up to lately?
Well, running an Applebee's in COVID world. So that's been interesting.
Oh boy.
I'm up for a promotion to the job that I've been doing for 6 months. So I'm excited to possibly get paid for the job that I'm already doing. That's supposed to come in November. Every time I see my boss, he's like, hey, so I'm going to give you your offer letter in November. I need you to do X, Y, Z. And I'm like, all right, the list keeps growing. I guess we'll do that now. Rip my bonus. Yeah, it's been good. I fired a bartender for stealing today.
Oh, nice.
Stealing booze. And then she's blaming the firing on the fact that she's saying that she got fired for missing too much work after her grandma died. It's like, no, you got fired for being at work and giving another employee Hennessy for free.
Oh man!
Ooh.
Speaking of Hennessy, looking at it up there, I might grab a little bit of that tonight.
Oh, gross! Sorry.
What? It's one of the only hard liquors I like to drink.
I'm sipping on some scotch right now in the Admiral Nips style, some Ardbeg. It's delicious.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just for you guys, I picked up a little bit of a fancy bottle.
You showed me a picture of that. That was awesome, dude. Well, hey, I heard how's the love life going right now?
Well, it's actually
Smooth.
pretty good, I guess. Yes.
Sorry, was that not subtle?
some class A segues right there.
I'm telling you, man, that's me. Like a brick.
Tier for sure.
Brick over the head.
Yeah.
Best in the business.
But yeah, for a few weeks, I've been hanging out with a wonderful, wonderful lady, and things are going well. So excited to see what happens in that arena. But it's been nice to not have to deal with the struggles of online dating. I should do a podcast just on my online dating memoirs. I think it would be pretty funny.
I think I agree. That probably would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, dating these days scares the living shit out of me. I'm so glad that I'm married. I don't have to deal with it.
See, I thought that, and then I got divorced, and then I was like, well, let's try this thing out. Is it as bad as people say? Oh, it's worse. Yeah.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna comment because I wouldn't know even know where to look up anything on it. So
yeah.
Oh dear God.
Yeah,
But that would be a podcast.
that would be a podcast.
Everyone pulling together to get gators and
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
We should, if that ever were to happen, we're gonna get the Queer Eyes guys for you.
Oh God, that would be a show.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Especially when they tell you to stop playing so much Destiny.
Yeah, pass.
That would be amazing.
I already have a keeper. I'm good.
He'd probably end up converting them though.
Probably.
They'd end up playing.
That's true. Yeah.
Very true.
So-
Very true.
Well, sir. So earlier you said that you were playing like 7 games. What have you been up to? What games have you been playing?
Oh man. Well, primarily right now, and I have no idea why, it's been mostly NBA 2K20. I'm on the Cavs, and my team is I have Whiteside and Ingram and Kevin Love. It's really weird. And the Lakers, for some reason, have Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Antetokounmpo. So that was interesting. But yeah, in addition to that, I'm slowly working my way through Avengers. It's pretty good.
Okay.
My only beef is that there's gear, and you can't tell if your gear is different. There's no appearance to it. It's like all nanites and weird stuff like that.
Would you
Might
say
have something to do with not having Iron Man or Cap yet, though, too? So
Would you say Marvel's is very Destiny-esque, or is it totally different?
yeah, I mean it's got a lot of similarities. There's way too many currencies and
Sounds about right.
and loot.
It's a good similarity there.
And skill trees, but the skill trees more affect like specific abilities, or they give you like additions to an ability or something like that.
Right.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that likes playing as the Hulk, so that's interesting. I'm also playing Hyper Light Drifter for my Soulsborne little bit of a feel. It's a 2D Soulsborne game, basically. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Playing Final Fantasy 14, playing World of Warcraft a little bit, and most recently Detroit Become Human, because I saw a little clip of it in the PlayStation Showcase.
Yep.
And was like, that's right, I have that game and I haven't played it, and it's really good so far. So I'm excited to continue
I got a question.
on that.
I got a question here.
Yeah.
Being a person that plays one game, how on earth do you play that many games? Do you split it up like per night? You just decide what to play, or I'm unfamiliar with this habit, so
yeah. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima's in there too.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so
that is a beautiful game. That's a beautiful game.
It is. Whenever I sit down to play a game, it's just whatever I feel like doing. Okay. And if I'm feeling like TV vibes, that means it's going to be like Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft or something like
right.
that I can have TV on and pay attention to both at the same time.
Very cool. I was just curious. I've never been able to do that. I get stuck
weird.
on one thing.
I don't recommend it necessarily, but it's a way to play games.
My mind just gets, when I'm pulled in different directions in my mind, it just frustrates the hell out of me. It's just hard for me to focus on several things at once, game-wise.
Well, luckily, they're all drastically different from each other. So.
Well, that's good. That's good. Different challenges.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, okay. This news has come out. You guys made an announcement in your Discord channel about how after all this time, I'm trying to remember how many episodes you had. Well over 150.
It was 87? In the 180s, yeah.
So barely ADS is coming to a close. Do you have any comment on? Do you want to say anything about that, or? I
guess the addition of Quack was huge for us, and super hype on like getting to be really good friends with him and having him on the show. He was one of the biggest helps to just operations for the show in a long time.
Right.
But with everything going on right now in my life and Ben's life, Quack's moving to a new state and all that kind of thing going on, I was finding it to be a little bit of a chore, not as much to do the show, but to write show notes or to edit the podcast or collect listener questions and all that kind of stuff that people don't really think about. And I had missed like an episode or two, which was fine. We had taken a more lax approach anyway on who was going to be on. As long as there were two of us, it was fine.
Right.
And after missing a week or two, I thought about it for a while and was like, I think I want to take a hiatus and just take a new look at my approach to the show. And if I want to keep doing it or if I want to go in a new direction or what. And I talked to Ben about that. He totally understood, and Ben doesn't really have a ton of time to do the things that I did for the show. So we basically decided at that point to just kind of call it Bad's Rad Dads. Ben's BMX and skateboarding show is going to continue on that feed because it's paid for like 9 more months.
Right.
But yeah, Bad's as we knew it is done. And it's not the end for me. I've got something in the works still because I still love games and talking about games and the news and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that I think I want to try differently this time and see what happens and kind of go from there.
Do you want to share any of those ideas?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to put the content everywhere that I possibly can and promote it everywhere that I possibly can. Okay. So like, and then the focus is going to be more to YouTube with the podcast feed being a secondary kind of thing.
Okay. So you're going to have you have like weekly videos?
Maybe even more frequently than that.
Oh, I love it. I love it, dude.
Very cool.
Yeah. I still got to find the right people. I believe Quack is going to continue working with me, and I want to find at least 2 more people to split the workload.
Sure.
That all have similar goals of, hey, we're passionate about games and about making this content, and we want to try and make this the best thing that we can and try to grow and maybe, even eventually make a living off of it somehow. That would be the ultimate goal. So it's got to have people that would be willing to put in that level of work.
Yeah, people don't realize how much work goes into making a podcast every week. There's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You don't just pop on the camera and start talking. You have to really plan your week and plan what you're going to talk about and come up with show notes. And for me, I have to have a script sometimes. So do you have any idea of what you're going to call it, or?
Not yet. I've got a couple ideas.
Okay.
It's going to be hopefully more like a news network or a podcast network that'll have various like arms and elements to it, with your standard weekly news show, but also some daily news. The weekly show would be more like a roundup. The daily news would be more to like everybody who's going to be participating would have like a day of the week to put out the news for that day on YouTube.
Nice.
And,
Nice.
That way it's not an exorbitant amount of work.
Yeah, daily is rough. Oof, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, but if you had enough people around you that love doing it too, then yeah, that sounds good, man.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about taking more of a producer kind of a role than an on-camera, on-mic role. I'll still be on camera, on mic, but not as often. I think I'll be more of like a facilitator
Okay.
than a host, and see how that goes.
Very cool, man. Well, when one door shuts, right, another one opens kind of thing. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. Ben's not going anywhere. He'll probably still participate a bit.
Awesome.
And we'll be tapping into some community people too who have special interests in certain games, things as like maybe correspondence to various live service games. I think that'd be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Man on the street kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was always my favorite part of your of Barely ADS was your news segment, your gaming news segment.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, I mean, I love hearing you guys, talk and see what you guys been playing at the beginning, but when you got down to the gaming news, that's what I really loved listening to on your show.
Yeah, I think that's really what kept that core 50 to 70 people that stuck around through COVID and not having a commute to work and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Was that segment. So I kind of want to try to double down on that part, and a fresh start that is not rooted in the Destiny community, I think will help growth as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, not rooted in the Destiny community as far as appearances goes, but in reality,
Sure.
that's where it all began. So,
Yeah.
I remember watching
That's
your videos when you very first started. I'm like, who are these guys? Back when I was first finding out about Dad's Tales, I popped into some of your real early videos on YouTube before you guys moved over to Twitch. And I was like, man, who are these guys? It was just no, I mean, in a good way. It was really cool to watch. It was something new.
Asked people how they wipe their butts.
All that good stuff. Yeah, it was like, Katie bar the door. It was like, whatever went. I like that though.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks, man. I didn't want to spoil anything. I was just curious what you were thinking about doing. So,
yeah, I know it's vague enough that if I don't do anything or just completely off, that's not going to matter.
Good call.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, that's really cool. I'm happy to hear that too, because you are like one of the pillars to this community.
Absolutely.
So
what? I don't know about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm willing to go that far and say
yes,
that,
I definitely agree.
I don't know if we're going to get into this later, but what's one of the things that would get you back into Destiny?
Progression. Progression. Let me grow my character to a ridiculous level. I I don't understand why there's like 10 things you get to unlock for your subclass and that's it in a game that's supposed to last forever. Not forever, 10 years, but you know what I mean. That's one thing that in almost every MMO expansion, there's an alternate achievement kind of thing that helps you fine tune your character just even further every time. And I think that's one of the biggest parts that's missing in Destiny. Because yeah, you can change your gear and your guns, but you can't change much about your character. Like, let me sacrifice a little bit of my grenade speed for a slightly larger explosion, or let me make it stickier.
Yeah,
but it'll do less damage. Like, just slight little changes like that that'll help you, you know, take more ownership of your character, make your character more unique, and also grow from expansion or season to the next expansion or season.
Well, I'll give you a case in point. I was talking to Larman, Kentucky. He has his season pass bar at 500. Don't you think they would have at least an emblem or something for someone who went to all that work to get their season pass bar reset that many times? I mean, maybe every time you reset your season pass bar. See, I'm a big emblem guy. I like being able to show off my depth of knowledge of Destiny and how far I've gone in the game. And the titles, you know, have kind of quenched my thirst a little bit there, but it's not for the titles are different. And, you know, I'm sorry, I don't want to get Reckoner because I don't want to play 10 million games of Gambit Prime. I just don't have it in me. But there's some titles that I'm like, yeah, I think I can achieve that. But I agree, man. I think they're heading that direction. I think they're starting to make that, pivot in this next season.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up in my mouth.
Come on, man. You know it's a pivot. We'll get into it in the TWAB, and an example of that pivot is coming in the TWAB tonight. So, all right, we won't go down that rabbit hole too far because I definitely want to talk more Destiny, Zan. Definitely want to talk some more.
Yeah. Well, just another follow-up question real quick here for you about it is, are you excited for Beyond Light? Or is it still one of those things where you're still like half in still?
I'm actually I'm maybe like 30% in.
Really?
I like what's coming in Beyond Light. I'm not sold still. This might be the first like expansion that I don't get. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm also not as like invested in Destiny anymore, so I'm not completely sure of all the things coming except for the new subclass.
But you PC games, so you're used to very deep, progressive, very deep games where you invest a lot of time in them, right?
Oh yeah, I had in the EverQuest series at least 2,000 to 3,000 hours.
And I'm sorry, when did EverQuest come out? Is it EverQuest 2?
Well, I'm counting 1 and 2.
Okay.
The first one came out in 1999.
Yeah, that's my case in point. That game still is relevant today because of everything you can do in the game and how far you can go and just what you said. Fine-tuning your characters little by little by little.
Yeah. And maybe that's what Destiny needs, is to do a progression server where they reboot a server that's just Destiny 1, start from the beginning, and then time unlock the expansions.
Holy shit, that would be amazing.
God. Don't get my hopes up too much there, Zan. I'll expect way too much coming out the next fall. I should say winter. I should say winter now because it's going to be winter before we get our next expansion.
Yeah, like WoW Classic, but for Destiny.
Oh, I've always wanted to follow that WoW model. I really did. And I didn't even play World of Warcraft, but I've heard so many good things about that game. And that, 16, 17 years now that game's been out? People are still playing
it.
It
came out in 2004.
Yeah, God, that's a long time, dude. 16 years?
WoW is fine. There's better MMOs, but
yeah,
Blizzard has money for marketing, so that's why it's the thing. It's fine.
People still play it, though. I mean, that's the thing. I'd love Destiny to become 14.
That one's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I've heard good things, too, about that. And we're going to talk about what's coming out soon in PS5 here shortly. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I know you're having to deal with the COVID-19 stuff at work. How's your life different now with the COVID-19? Has your daily routines changed, or I mean, even dating, I guess it's kind of a different thing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Social distancing while dating.
No, I think you just got to roll the dice on that one.
Yeah. Well, it starts with like a Zoom call now. There's like, that's your first thing is you do the social distance date before you do a real date.
I see.
Really?
Yeah. So it's actually, I think that's a good thing overall, because then you get to see if that person's crazy or not, or, if like they just are really good at taking pictures with angles, and then you meet them in person, you're like, who are you again? Are you the same person? Yeah. So,
and your background, I hear your background has to be real important too. That they don't see dirty clothes and an unmade bed and stuff. You gotta have like a book. You have to have a bookcase behind you all the time or something, like all these stars do.
I mean, I've got my background on my 3, maybe 4 of those that I did has a bunch of prints of cats dressed as superheroes. So,
nice. I like that.
I'm sure that was helpful.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but then it's just a matter of like, as long as you have your mask, you do basically the same thing, and there's just less people around when you're out and about. So
that's for sure.
Yeah. But I'm glad to not be worrying about that. And the new lady friend does not have COVID, so we can hang out as much as we want.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But work wise, it's weird. We are growing sales over last year. Because of to-go. So when all the restaurants shut down and we could only do to-go, a lot of the to-go sales just stuck around. So even though we only have half of a dining room, we have to-go sales are about a third of the business right now.
Oh, okay.
So that's been pretty interesting.
Wow.
And we run a lot less servers at once, which is also kind of nice.
We still, my wife and I still a couple times a week, we go out to local restaurants here. We're trying to support them. We just went to one tonight. It was a local diner. And I was always curious if takeout, orders supported those places, because we had a BurgerFi here. I've talked about BurgerFi in past shows. We came to eat one night and they're packing it up. BurgerFi's gone. So we were stunned. That place always was hopping. And I don't understand why they're leaving, but I guess their expectations are just much higher than just average business, or I don't know. I've just always been curious about that.
BurgerFi specifically had a bad business model. We had one in Akron as well, and it closed twice before COVID because I was still living in Ohio.
Ooh.
They were very expensive. I mean, I would drop almost $30 on 2 people to eat there. I mean, you got to start thinking, okay, I know this is a gourmet hamburger and I'm giving some fries and a soft drink, but man, for $30 for 2 people, I can almost go to a really nice like a steak restaurant, steakhouse or something. Maybe their pricing model was just a little too crazy, especially for families. I mean, I could see a family dropping $70 in that place.
Yeah, and their portion sizes were really big too.
Yeah, they were. There was definitely, they had to give you a lot of food. That's for sure. In fact, my wife and I would always split a fry because the regular size fry just was too much for one person. It was crazy.
Did you ever get it with Parmesan cheese and the aioli?
No. God, you got me. I'm hungry. I'm so pissed. That was one of our weekly hangs, Yeah. Now it's
I love BurgerFi. They had a really good, it was a veggie burger, but a specific kind.
Yeah, Impossible. You have the Impossible.
Quinoa burger.
Yeah, my wife loved those. I had what they called the, God almighty, why is it? It's half quinoa burger and half Kobe beef burger. It's called the Conflicted. What a great concept for a hamburger.
The fake burger?
Okay. No. It's conflicted because you have a premium Kobe beef patty on top, and you got a vegetarian patty on the bottom, and you got all the sauce.
I get it.
It's so good. It's so good. Damn it.
The quinoa burger is crunchy.
Yes. Yeah. That was what was great, because the regular Kobe, patty was very tender, like prime rib. It was just super tender. But then you bit into the second portion. It was just so good. Such a good burger. How did we get off on that topic?
And this is the Burger Fi cast for anyone just joining.
Yeah,
No, this is the
delicious.
fast food cast.
If you're lucky enough to still have one, go eat there.
Yeah. Tip your servers, please.
I don't know. Meanwhile, here I am just like listening to this going like, wow, I don't even know where the hell a Burger Fi is here. But oh well.
Well, there was one in Akron, but it closed.
Well,
Before COVID.
Makes two of us. Well, they closed during COVID here, but still doesn't matter. They're both gone.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask another question there, Hazel? Let's ask a few more questions here.
Do you have a motto or mantra?
We always ask. We ask this to all our guests.
Yeah. I think I answered this one last time. But yeah, it's I know the general concept, which is what matters to me. But yeah, so it's like, if you want to do something, then do it, which is my way of being like, you don't need someone to go with you or whatever. Just do the thing that you want to do. And then say yes, which means if people ask you to do something, just say yes and try it out, as long within reason, of course, you know. And then the last part of it is just be kind. So basically, do what you want, try new things, and be nice about it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about your ideal destiny, what you would really want that would bring you back. But what is one thing that maybe your gaming friends might not know about you? We probably asked this last time, but I'm curious if you can think of another one. I love asking this question because it always is revelating. It's always a revelation when we find something out. Something that
friends might
not
know.
You know, all the guys and gals in the Discord here may not know about Zanifan 711.
Yeah. I grew up unbelievably shy, like horribly shy. And through like being a manager at a restaurant and playing instruments, because for some reason I could always play instruments in front of people, and that was like different somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And then making content with like Twitch and doing the podcast and stuff, I'm definitely not shy anymore. But yeah, I was so shy that if I didn't know you and you said something to me, I would probably ignore you back in the day. So
I'm not laughing at you. I was exactly the same way, dude. Working retail jobs in high school and college got me out of my shell, where I had to say hello. Mm-hmm. And you just learn that this was just the way things are done. Man, I'm good. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Same here. I was a security guard, had no air, nowhere to be like, shy. I had to, talk to people. So.
I remember I was a skating guard. I had to go around and tell people, hey, slow it down. And then they were way too fast for me. I couldn't even catch them if I tried.
Skating guard, like at the boardwalk at the beach?
No, a skating guard, a roller skating guide. I know. Okay, kids, there were these things called roller skates, not roller blades, roller skates. They had 4 wheels, and you were on a wood. It usually was wood. Sometimes it was concrete skating rink, and you go round and round and.
Yeah, and they play the hokey pokey. And
yes, all that. And I used to do birthday parties. You know how you'd have to keep all the kids in line. And I remember they tried to do a nightclub at night, and they hired us as bouncers. That was so funny. I'm this scraggly looking 16-year-old kid that has to bounce people out when they were being too rowdy, and they were serving liquor and stuff. I was like, this is just such a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, I learned something about Applebee's that was kind of similar to that. There was a thing that they tried probably 5 or 6 years ago called Club Bees.
Really?
Where, where after 2 a.m., I think they got the special super late liquor license, and from like 2 to 4 a.m., they'd move a bunch of the tables out of the way and put, I think I heard one of the restaurants even had a stripper pole that they would put up.
Oh my God.
And it would turn into a club, and they'd have like police officers, like not even bouncers, actual police officers.
Oh my God.
At like all the doors to the kitchen, doors to the front and stuff like that, at the entrance to the bar. And it would just be like a dance club for 2 hours on Friday and Saturday nights.
So,
and, I heard it stopped because it got a bit ridiculous and
Oh.
probably not cost effective with the price of the retainer on their lawyers. So,
Well, you ever wonder why bars have such cheap tables and chairs and the floor is all concrete? There's a reason for that. It's because people get drunk, they just get rowdy and just destroy shit.
yeah.
So restaurateurs out there, if you want to make extra money, hey, just turn your restaurant into a nightclub. Awesome idea.
Oh yeah.
Such a bad idea. Why do people do that? I do not understand. You got something else you want to ask there, Hazel?
Oh, sorry. I'm just having the visual of you chasing down kids in a roller rink.
That was so funny.
I'm just laughing.
I know.
It's just brilliant.
I've talked about it in last shows. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to step on Zan's point. I was just trying to relate. And I was
just laughing. I mean, I'm just picturing you right now, like chasing around kids around like a roller rink.
Oh my God.
Get off my lawn. Kind of thing. So,
Right.
Just a younger version. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
What's
What's so funny is I thought I would meet girls doing that. What a joke.
You're a little late.
That's the
You're
reason why we
probably
did
about
anything.
10 years late. Right?
Probably was. Skating rinks were on the way out, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Disco was dead. Sorry.
It was definitely dead. Definitely dead. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's definitely, I mean, that's the reason why guys did anything in our teens to meet a girl. So,
Yeah. We don't
spoiler
really
alert to anyone who didn't know that.
Yeah, we don't really think it through either. Hormones,
Nope.
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
No, we don't think about much.
The summer between high school and college, me and two of my buddies would go to Starbucks 3 or 4 times a week just to meet girls, which would really ended up being the 3 of us sitting at a table outside smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee and not talking to any girls.
You'd have a girl come up and, hey, can I have a light? Get out of here. We're talking.
Right.
Right. All right. Well, sir, just a random question for you here. What are a couple of your favorite movies from the past, few years?
Oh, man. Let's see. I saw this question and didn't think about it ahead of time, and I probably should have. But let's see.
Well, let's say top 5 in the last decade. That work?
Top 5 in the last decade.
I'm just saying in
Man.
general. Like, it doesn't have to
Right.
be the last decade.
Yeah, you were making it easy on him. I'm making it a little more difficult. He has to hone in on it.
Well, I had a dinner and a movie date with the lady friend last night,
Mhm.
and we watched, and it was the first time I'd seen it all the way through, Silence of the Lambs, and
Oh.
I really enjoyed that a lot.
Oh, nice.
Probably weren't in a romantic mood after that movie, but it was really good.
Yeah,
But scary movie, kind of. Depends.
suspenseful at times. I think it was more of an intellectual movie. Like I
That-
liked trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like little clues from Hannibal and stuff like
Sure.
that.
All right, so Silence of the Lambs, that's one.
Yeah.
Well, everyone
Movies I'm really good
everyone says Infinity War. Is that one of your?
No, I'll
Okay.
say Batman Superman though. Batman v Superman definitely up there.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm a DC
The hot
fanboy.
take.
I've never seen that movie. It's really good, huh?
Yeah, it is very good,
What?
and it's very
I
true
know,
to the
no.
source material. As
I didn't-
someone who is a hardcore DC comic book fan and
Right.
reader,
Right.
that was pretty spot on. And Ben Affleck's the best Bruce Wayne. Don't at me.
What?
Yeah.
I love it. No, I
But
didn't see.
Justice
I
League.
didn't see the Versus movies. I know. I don't know. Just didn't. I thought they were spinoffs, and I didn't think they would be true. But
No.
What?
no, I didn't.
Batman does real detective work in that, and he hasn't
Okay.
done any actual detective work since Batman the movie.
Well, now I got to watch it. All right.
How have you never seen this?
I just never got around to seeing it. I don't know when did that movie come out. I'm trying to remember I might have had kids by then.
I was
Might
in Vegas still, so it was like 2015.
Yeah, I was busy with kids. That's why.
In 2015? That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
2015, that movie came out. Really?
I wasn't even thinking that.
Damn, how the hell did I miss that movie? Well, okay.
Right.
Yeah, well, it only had, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot
Notes to self.
and,
Amy Adams.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Really? All them? Damn it.
Yeah.
How did I
Jesse
miss that
Eisenberg
one?
is Lex Luthor.
Oh, that's right.
On the opposite spectrum, though, Justice League was terrible. And I can't wait for the Snyder Cut to come out because hopefully there's some redemption there.
Okay.
They ruined my favorite character. The Flash is not supposed to be some super awkward, like hyper intellectual, nervous wreck kind of guy. He's supposed to be, like Gator, honestly, like charming, dad jokey, and also
Charming. You're going a ways there, but all right.
I could it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're charming in a dad joke kind of way.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you're
definitely
a little bit
dad.
cheesy, but it's endearing.
That's definitely me. Yep.
Yeah, that's how Barry Allen is supposed to be. Not this like I don't even know
Okay.
hipster intellectual that they made him out to be.
Hmm.
I was real upset. I'm not gonna lie, real upset.
When do you think Snyder Cut's coming?
It's supposed to be out this fall, I thought, or late fall.
Okay.
I thought it was
HBO
next
Max. Is it next year?
year. Yeah. I
No.
thought it was next year.
Well, I'm excited about it either way.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. How about one more? One more movie.
Rogue One.
Oh, thank you. That's the best spinoff movie been out for a long time.
No.
No.
Here's a hot take for you.
What?
Here's a
Whoa.
No. Hang on. Here's the hot take. That is the best Star Wars movie.
It is because it's true to canon. It's canon, man. I mean, it's true to the original story, and it's one of the only ones it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying it's the best new movie. It's the best spin-off movie.
No.
It is the best Star Wars movie. Period.
it was very good. It's one of my favorites. Post. Let's don't talk about episode 1 and 3, 2 and 3. But no, after that, yes. Don't hate me. I like Solo. I thought Solo was good too, but
It was pretty good. Yeah.
because it was an origin type movie. It was talking about where Han Solo started and how he got into be with the role he is now. And of course, he's not dead, but yeah, Rogue One. When they tied it all together at the end to the original Star Wars movie, I blew my mind, man.
If you watch them back to back, it's like almost seamless.
Oh man, that's
If
just
you could cue them up properly.
good choice, dude. That's a great movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah. What always confused me about that movie, though, is the fact that like everybody who supposedly like got involved in like a 3-picture deal or something like this, and I was so confused at how the hell that was going to work, especially with the ending. But yeah.
What confused me was how there was so much public outcry about how disappointed they were in it because it was, quote, predictable when the ending was told to you in the 70s.
That exactly my point, dude. Why didn't they start with episode 1? Why? Why'd they start at 5? Why? I don't know.
Right.
I don't get it. Hey, that's Lucas. That's his deal.
Yeah.
But well, good deal, man. Hey, thanks for. I love catching up with you, man. I just was curious what you've been doing. I know you've been busy, over in your Discord and with your shows and your podcasts and stuff. And I did promise you would be back, so I'm so glad you're back tonight, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's just nice hanging out. It's just nice
It's
hanging
always
out.
fun.
Hey, before we move on, why don't we go around the horn here and maybe talk about some TV shows or movies or things we're watching that maybe some of our listeners might want to hear? Can you think of anything, Zan?
Oh yeah, TV. I am all about. I'm way more into TV than movies lately.
Well, sure, yeah.
So for one, Cobra Kai is amazing.
I love it. Isn't it nice?
Yes.
So good.
Oh God, don't tell Hazel. He said it's been one of the only shows. He's been one of the only shows him and his wife of just totally back to back watching them, right?
Yeah. We watched 5 episodes one night, and we watched 4 episodes the next night. So yeah, it's like the only show that like, she's ever really like dove into like that. Well, since Breaking Bad, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I watched all 2 seasons in 3 days.
I would have. I would have.
I know I watched it when it originally came out on YouTube TV, and I've even mentioned it in past podcasts that it was such a great show, but not many people have, YouTube TV, so it was locked out. I'm so glad that Netflix bought them out because now they can come up with a season 3. They have the money backing to do it.
And they set it up real nice, or maybe not nicely, but to not spoil anything for Hazel.
We'll see.
I can't wait.
It's questionable. I love the new additional characters in season 2. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
But okay.
So then after I finished that, Netflix recommended a show to me, and I tried it out and like absolutely fell in love with it. And it's the most ridiculous show. It's called Teenage Bounty Hunters.
What?
It's on Netflix. It's about these 2 twin teenage girls who are living in the Atlanta area, and they are from a very, very hyper conservative Christian community, going to a Christian school, and they are experimenting with breaking the rules a little bit. So like they're like experimenting with having sex with their boyfriends, and the one experiments with same-sex relationship, and like all the kind of trials and tribulations that go along with that as like a 16, 17-year-old girl. But at the same time, they're helping a large 40-something-year-old black man hunt down bail breakers. So it's great. There's like it's very Southern, very Bible Belt, and like way more endearing than I would have imagined. You really get invested in these 2 teenage girls' lives and want them to, stop making bad decisions and stuff as you watch it. So I definitely recommend that show.
Okay.
And then before that, the other thing of note that I watched Money Heist finally, and that show is absolutely incredible.
Now, what platform is this on?
That's also on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
Made in Spain. It's dubbed into English, and it's 3 seasons so far, I think. The first heist is 2 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah. And it all takes place in a matter of like 1 or 2 weeks. It's like, if you like heist stuff, you'll love it because it keeps you on the edge of your seat, keeps you guessing. The twists are phenomenal, and I look just like the main character.
That's a bonus. Nice.
Yeah. So
anything else?
No, I watched that movie Power on Netflix. That was okay.
Yeah, we unfortunately reviewed that movie with Night Demon. I still am apologizing to him about watching that one. I mean, it was okay.
It was bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was passable, I guess.
It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
I think if a movie has a good premise, a lot of times that can carry it through well enough to be like, that was better. There was more good than bad. And I think that movie had a really good premise. So,
I would
and good
agree.
actors too.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jamie Foxx, they're solid. So
yeah. Cool. Hazel, what about you? What have you been watching besides Cobra Kai?
Well, actually, just Cobra Kai, really. Besides that, it's been The Boys. So,
that's right.
Watched the most recent episode today, and I absolutely love it. It's this season is so much better than last season.
Did the new episode drop today?
Yeah, every Friday.
Oh, every Friday. All right.
It's just like Mandalorian. You'll be tuning in there at early morning on the East Coast.
Yeah. Usually we get done like sometimes around like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or something like that, and then I'll maybe play a game or something along those lines, and then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I look and I'm like, hey, there it is. Look at you.
Nice.
So, and then I might watch like 15, 20 minutes of it, and then watch the rest of it later. But yeah, definitely am enjoying The Boys season 2 a whole lot more than season 1. Just everything about it's so much tighter and so much just better.
It's such a different type of show.
Have you started season 2 yet, Gator?
I watched episode 1. That's as far as I got. And
okay, I was going to say, like, you haven't really said anything about it.
No,
so I'm assuming you haven't.
My wife and I are seeing it together because we actually watched season 1 twice. I watched it by myself because she wasn't interested, and then she said, "Well, wait a minute, let me watch 1 and we'll see how it goes." And that was the rest is history. We watched the whole season, and then we found out a month prior that season 2 was coming out. She goes, "We're watching that one together." So I'm like, okay. So we've only gotten, we're still trying to get Parks and Rec knocked out before October 1st. We're in like a race right now. We're on season 6. I think there's 7 seasons.
So one more. Yeah.
One more season. And we're kind of middle end of the 6th season. So we're like in a race because they keep giving us a little notification on Netflix saying this program will be moving to the Peacock network on October 1st. And I'm like, oh, damn, I really don't need another streaming service right now, especially if I'm trying to finish a series.
Yeah.
So we're hardcore.
Well, season 7 is shorter.
That's right. That's right. I did notice.
Yeah.
That's
Have you seen it all the way through before?
No.
Oh.
And,
so yeah, season 7 is something that they don't do a lot in TV.
Really?
And yeah, they it's not a spoiler. They jump ahead like 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Good to know.
And it's so good. That season is
It's just one of those gold series, well written, super good writers. The plot, everything, everyone is, every episode by itself is just fantastic.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character? Because that's what really it's about.
Ron Swanson, of course. He's my favorite. I love that guy. And when he gets that little mischievous giggle like a little schoolboy and runs away, that just gets to me, man. He's such a serious dude all the time.
Right.
And when he does, when you see him, the camera, of course, pans onto him and he gives you that little crack smile. I love it. That's my favorite part is Ron Swanson. Hazel, I'm sorry. We just stepped all over your picks. What, did you have something else you're watching?
No.
No?
Not exactly, no. I'm just waiting for October 9th. And then,
What's
after
October
that,
9th?
it's... October 9th is Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh, okay. Is that on Netflix also?
Oh, yeah. Correct, yes.
Okay.
That's not really a sequel, but it's the next story about the Haunting of Hill House. So if you haven't seen that, definitely watch that. That show has more heart than pretty much anything else I don't think I've seen in recent years. So
that's because you haven't watched Teenage Bounty Hunters yet.
You might be right there. You might be right.
Dude, what I'm realizing, and there's so many shows I missed because I was busy playing Destiny, or my wife and I had our shows we watched on the regular networks, real time. Now I'm going back and watching all these shows I didn't have time for, and that brings me to what I've been watching. I finally finished The Office. I mean, you talk about binge watching. I went through 9 seasons in about 6 weeks. And that's a lot of episodes. I mean, there's like 20-something episodes per season. So I love the ending. The ending was really great. I had a feeling the old cast would come back. Not everyone, but most of them that counted. And yeah, it was a really great way to end the show. I was really invested in all the characters, and Michael's probably my best favorite character there. And when he left, I was like, he's coming back, right? Michael Scott, I'm talking about the original boss. Yeah. And I was like, man, he's coming back, right? And no, he never came back after a certain season. I was like, man, that's a bummer. But, I figured he had movies, and he was really getting popular at that time when they were doing that show. And he probably had movie deals and stuff he was having to do. So I'm sure it's why they exited him out. Yeah. But there's 2 other shows I'm watching right now on HBO. I guess you could officially call it HBO Max. And HBO they're just off the wall on sci-fi right now, man. And I'm going to read the description here because this movie I cannot describe. It says a search for a missing father turns into an otherworldly trip based on Matt Ruff's novel. This series follows Korean war vet Atticus Freeman his friend Letitia and his Uncle George on a journey across 1950s Jim Crow America. What follows is a struggle to survive against the racist terrors of white America and the terrifying monsters ripped from H.P. Lovecraft's paperback. And of course, the show's called Lovecraft Country. This show is off the wall, man. I'm looking at here. I'm on episode 4, History of Violence. The first 3 episodes, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is season 1. And, yeah, it has a, who is the one who's been writing the movies? Jordan Peele is behind a lot of this too. He's been, kind of working in the background on this show. My God, this HBO is such quality stuff. It's a really.
So is there like a horror element to it?
Yes, definitely. Okay. I think horror.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
Have you watching it? Yeah, the first one.
I watched the first episode, and I never went back and checked it out or anything.
It gets.
That. The first one was really good.
You think Siri pulled up the series for me while I was talking. No, Siri, go away. I'm sitting there looking at a description, and Siri's got it pulled up for me. Nice, thanks, Siri. I'm sure somebody listening to this and going like, "What the hell?" Siri just came on. Yeah. Well, my phone lit up. I'm like, "What the hell?" That just goes to show, guys, they're always listening.
Alexa.
No. Alexa doesn't live here. Alexa doesn't live here. Yeah.
Alexa, lights on.
The other show that I have to mention here is, this has got me even more excited. It is called Raised by Wolves. Really? It is super, super deep sci-fi. I mean, it is total fantasy stuff. I'm trying to pull up of course, when I need the description to pull up here, it's not pulling up. Here it is. I'm going to read you the description of this because this show is crazy as shit. I mean, it is just. I'm gonna read the description because this is the only way I can describe it. After Earth is torn apart by religious differences and the human race teeters on the edge of extinction, an atheistic android architect sends 2 of his creations, mother and father, to start a peaceful, godless colony on the planet Kepler 22b. Raised by Wolves follows mother and father as they attempt to raise human children in this mysterious virgin land, a treacherous and difficult task that's jeopardized by the arrival of the Mithrake, a deeply devout religious order of surviving humans. As the androids make contact with this zealous and dangerous people, they struggle to control the beliefs of their fiercely self-determining children. This is human race's last chance at not being extinct. The movie opens up where we are basically, it's World War III, the apocalypse. Everyone's killing themselves because of religious factions and beliefs separate the world. And we destroy each other with nuclear weapons and God knows what else. It's a post-apocalyptic type movie. And who was the director who did Gladiator?
Ridley Scott.
It's a Ridley Scott movie. And you know,
it's every TV show, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. It feels like a movie. And damn, it's good.
Isn't he working on a new Alien movie too?
Yeah. He's behind Prometheus and all those great movies. So this fit perfectly with him. And I just can't say enough about it. I've been binge watching this as well. And ever since I'm done with The Office, I'm on episode 6 now, and there's 7 episodes out. They release 2 at a time, I think, every week. So, damn, it's really good. It's just, you gotta see this. If you have access to HBO or HBO Max, definitely want to watch this. It's really good. So
I'm going to throw another one into your backlog, Gator.
All right. What is it?
It's on Hulu.
Okay. Okay.
It's called Devs.
Wait a minute. Didn't I see this one? No, I didn't.
You didn't see it.
And it's got your favorite guy from Parks and Rec as the main character.
Ron Swanson?
Yeah.
Oh,
in
sweet.
A serious role, though. He's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's super good.
Devs.
And
okay.
it's a mini series, so it's only like 6 episodes. Incredibly good. Think more like Deus Ex style sci-fi.
Perfect, man. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Deals a lot with consciousness and like the future and worldview.
Did this just come out, or has it been out a while?
I think
it came out last year, I think.
Okay, so it's fairly new.
Maybe in the winter, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Raised by Wolves isn't by any means, Game of Thrones. It's not that level, but it is damn entertaining. And it's at the beginning, it's very slow to get going. So just stick with it. If you get through the first episode, move on to the second one. It starts to really pick up. But, yeah, it's a mind F. It's really good. Sorry. I'm trying not to cuss. Every time I'm on this show, I try not to cuss as much because I know Jaren's little boy's going to be listening. Or Garen's little boy's going to be listening because, ever since he left that recording on our year show, I've been just more cognizant of saying that F word, and my wife hates it.
That's good.
Too, so.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
unless you swear, the bigger your audience could be.
Well, I still have to put explicit because, Hazel.
Yeah, because Hazel.
No. We're not doing that like that. So, well, hey, excellent guys. Good deal. Good talk. I think we got a lot to talk about on that. And Hazel, I don't think Zan's done his speed run for this year yet.
Oh, man.
He has not.
So we're doing that right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
I ought to do it like your brother. Okay, listeners. Okay, guys, this segment is called the Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and Zan here is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. Remember, these are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answered will win a prize and the title of 2020 Speedrun Champion. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and, answer quickly whatever comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions, as usual, randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. Sin and Kingsley Mack are still the co-leaders at 26.
That's insane.
So, Zan, you ready to do this?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, here we go.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Void, Solar, or Arc?
Void.
Cave or Treehouse?
Cave.
What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Cereal. Lucky Charms.
Taken King or Forsaken?
Taken King.
Playing cards or board games?
Board games.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
What is your favorite restaurant?
Applebee's.
Sims games, yes or no?
Yes.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Garth Brooks or Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
Have you ever been camping?
Yes.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Mac or PC?
PC.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Australia.
Ikora, Kate, or Zavala?
Zavala.
Is chili soup?
Yes.
Electric or acoustic guitar?
Acoustic.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Star Trek or Wars?
Wars.
How do you like your steak?
Not.
Lefty or righty?
Righty.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
Nothing.
Damn, that was good, man. I think you did well. Hazel.
It felt good. It felt good.
Hazel.
That felt
one part.
real good.
I got to do this. Hazel, what do we got?
Well, coincidentally enough, my calculator did not work.
I've got my list of questions here. I can tell
I know
you.
you do. I know you do. So,
Oh, man.
we got to go to the tail of the tape right now.
What is your guess?
Peter?
27.
What?
27.
Yes! Woo!
Oh my
You know what
God.
the secret is?
What?
I'll tell you right now.
All right, tell everybody that comes on
just-
in the future.
Just pick an answer. I think about a quarter of those were just not true.
Applebee's is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Applebee's isn't your favorite restaurant?
Definitely not.
No, but it was a restaurant. That's all that mattered.
Yep.
Dude,
That is
I'm
true.
so excited. I never thought this would ever be.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow. I also I stole Sin's advice. I closed my eyes and just focused really intensely on what you were saying.
Fantastic, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe this, man. Our new leader is Zanifan 711 at 27.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hey, listeners out there, I got a question for you. Do you have a great question for our speed run? If that's a yes, then join our Discord and enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel, and we'll add them for next year's speedrun. Just remember that they need to be yes or no or 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. At the end of the year, we're having a drawing for a $20 to $25 gift card of your choice, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. So good luck with that. Damn. 27.
Yeah. Oh, another thing too, I noticed, well, because I did have subconscious, like I had 2 thoughts going at the same time, like my focus and like how it was going, you know, the anxiety line of thought. And I got a whole lot of either or questions, which
they're
a
all
lot easier.
I will tell you this. This is the same structure as what Sin and Kingsley did.
Yeah.
Same structured questions. That's the one thing I do make sure is the same. If it was totally random, then someone would just get screwed just because they would get so many open-ended questions. So I made sure the open-ended questions were in a pattern, or at least scattered throughout the same number. So it was fair and square, dude. You did it, man.
Yeah. Oh no, wow. I was saying I got lucky as well.
Well, you had the right mindset, man. You had the right mindset. So
yeah, that was fun.
I think he went outside and found his zen, Hazel.
I think so, man.
Yeah,
well done.
Sir. Yeah.
You know what? Probably a year from now, people are going to be dropping 30 bombs on us. I could just see it.
You're going to have to talk faster if you want.
I can't talk any faster. I will say this, listeners and future guests. As soon as you answer the question, I'm moving on to the next one. If you say, I can't ask the question until the answer is produced. So keep that in mind. So, but it has to be in context. That's the trick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Wow.
Great job.
Breakfast almost screwed me up too.
Yeah, you had to go back on that one.
Twice. Yeah.
Because cereal doesn't count.
Cereal, yeah.
Good correction there, man, because that saved you.
I haven't had cereal in like a year, maybe.
I can't imagine that, dude. You got to be a cereal guy. Lucky Charms is the right answer, though. Good answer.
Yeah. No, but then another question was, what did you have for breakfast? And the real answer was nothing. But I was just like, nothing's not actually an answer, but it is.
It is an answer.
So,
yeah. People skip breakfast all the time.
I do every day.
I used to.
Intermittent fasting.
Oh, yeah. 12 hours?
I do 10.
Okay.
I 10-hour eating window is what I do.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. You're following what JC Jesse's doing. He kind of does that same thing. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, dude, congrats. We'll see if it gets beat. Yeah. We still got a good portion of the year left. So you threw down the gauntlet.
3 months out of the year.
Yep. 3 months. Let's see. Damn, 3 months left of the year. That's right.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Wow. Man, this year. You know what? I'll just be honest. 2020 can just take a hike, man. I'm ready for 2021 already. It can take
its time. I want to give 2021 a better chance.
Yes.
I like that.
I like it. Well, good deal. Well, I think all that leaves us to do next is talk about this week at Bungie. This week at Bungie for this 15th week of Season of Arrivals. What do we got, Hazel?
Oh, well, the good folks at Bungie keep spoon feeding us stuff in the TWAB to make this, 15th week at Bungie seem worthwhile.
Right.
And they slightly missed the mark, I feel. So, key thing here. Game Pass and expansion availability next Tuesday, September 22nd. Destiny 2 will be available on the Xbox Game Pass starting at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And however, players won't be able to access Forsaken and Shadowkeep until 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. When the hotfix goes live.
Okay.
Yep. So that's good news for anyone wanting to convert anyone on Xbox. There you go. Some good stuff there.
Or PC.
Oh, yeah. Is that PC too? Game Pass?
Yeah.
Ultimate.
That's why
PC people.
You don't need an Xbox. You just need PC, PS5. You're good.
You know what? I gotta share this. I was gaming with Larry last night before I went to bed, and He goes, now Gator, you know how Larry is. He goes, now Gator, without giving me any dollar amounts, can you tell me approximately a range of price to get a gaming PC? All I want to do is play Destiny. Can you give me ideas? And I was just giddy.
Oh man!
I was like, hold on, let me go to Newegg right now. I'll throw you, I think I threw him a $600 one, a $700 rig, all easily play 60 frames and 1440 easily.
Destiny's really, really well optimized.
It is. And I said, all you have to do is plug your controller in. And the controller in the computer even comes with a keyboard and mouse and everything. Yeah. Dude, you can't, computing is so cheap now. And we'll talk about this in a little bit, but even the new chips that are, the new video cards that are coming out, just phenomenal, dude.
Oh, you should send him a link. There's NZXT just came out with a new promotion for like entry level gaming rig. It's like that $600 range.
Yeah, I just sent him some quick links. I mean, it took me 5 minutes to find 2 computers at the $600 range, which basically once you buy an extra controller, same price as a PS5.
Yeah.
So think of it that way.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
And we're back to Hazel. Sorry, Hazel.
Sorry, I'm at NZXT right now. Like,
yeah. Come on, Hazel. Come on. Come to the dark side, brother. Come on.
NZXT is like, that's a really good, solid brand with that the entry level ones that they're putting out are easily upgradable as well. That's the point. It's like, okay, here's a thing that like it's got a very good motherboard so that you can replace everything on it over time.
Right, it's upgradable, right? Yeah. Yeah, EBS is what I use, and I think that's the ones I sent him. But there's a lot of good computer makers out there, man. They're all using the same stuff. So it's just a matter of what kind of cabinet, what kind of box you want, how ornate you want it, and dude, these even had some ornate LED and everything in them for that price.
And now's the time to buy with the Nvidia cards
being
way cheaper.
It had a GTX 1060 in this one for $600. GTX 1060, 8 gigs of RAM. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty outdated card, but
that was my last computer. That's what I had, and I could play 1440 all day long at 100 frames playing Destiny 2 on PC.
When you can get 3060 for $400,
God Almighty!
Yeah,
it's ray tracing, so I mean,
somewhere in there. So is the 3060. But yeah.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
The 30 line is like really cheap.
I got a 2080 Super, and I thought I had a hot shit card. These new cards are putting mine to shame, man.
Yeah, the 3070 is better.
Oh, just
and
fantastic.
Cheaper.
I heard they're a little bit bigger, though. I heard they're a little bit bigger size because they have better airflow and they're quieter, but maybe they had to go with bigger fans to do that. I don't know. I heard they're a little bit larger. Or at least the 3090. I don't know.
Oh, there's no need for that.
Did you see the post? I think it was it Jortwings who put the post? Someone paid $48,000 for a 3090 on eBay.
They're better than a Titan. It's like better than a Titan, but it's just so unnecessary.
Yeah,
for anything that you can.
Well, I think it's the currency cranks. The currency people that I think the farmers. Those are the ones that are wanting these cards. I guess they can process more. I don't know. It's what drove up the price to begin with. Was all the cryptocurrency guys.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this was a Destiny podcast, wasn't it, Hazel?
Well, I think we're more transitioning into gaming in general, but
okay.
Yeah. So sorry, I was still looking at NZXT.
We got him, Zan. We got him, Zan. He's hooked.
No. Now, my issue with PC gaming is like somebody mentioned on the podcast before is that the reason why they don't do it is because they're always on a computer at work. So I don't know. I just have that issue.
Here's the thing. I have 2 PCs, right? The one on the right is a console.
Yeah.
And then the one on the left is a like office PC.
Yeah.
So like the console one, that one only turns on to play games, and it's made specifically like it's got like I've got NVIDIA graphics card in the gaming one and AMD graphics card in the other one. because the gaming one is the one that's playing the games. So
And it's dedicated. You have all your memory and everything dedicated to the game saves.
yeah, and like when you do that, it's like a console.
Yeah.
How it feels.
It's basically a next-gen console.
Mm-hmm. But I've had it for 2 years already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll connect it up to the damn TV and go from there. Maybe. I don't know.
Have you ever played on a monitor before, Hazel? Do you play on a monitor?
Changed my life, man.
Oh my gosh.
My
Even
buddies
on
have been
the
trying to get me to
console.
play on I played on TV for so long, like a 31-inch, 32-inch, I think, on my desk, and I went to a 28-inch monitor. Even my Crucible playing was just so vastly improved.
Yeah, like when you switch to a monitor, your KD goes up by like 0.4 just automatically.
What is it? What is it, Zan? It's like it's like it crunches everything where you can see everything all at once. I can't explain it.
Yeah, you get a full view of so you see the whole screen without moving your head, and the best optimal frame rate at the fastest or like the least input lag.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get for a console like a 60 or to 75 hertz 1080p 27-inch monitor for like $100 with less than 5 millisecond delay. So it's the delay from your controller input to what you're seeing on the screen, and you don't necessarily notice it while you're playing, but it has you notice the effects of it. The game slows down for you. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. My longtime old friends from long ago said, "Gator, you got to get a damn monitor. It's so much different." And I didn't believe them. I was like, "It's just a screen, guys. What the hell's the difference?" Yet there's a big difference.
Yeah,
big difference.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And like a 2K 1440 hertz monitor you can get for like $200-$250.
I was just going to tell you, I got a 4K. It's only 60 hertz, 28-inch monitor. I got two of them, in fact, for $2.50 each. They were on sale on, I think it was Amazon. Yeah. And this was years ago when 4Ks were pretty, I don't know, they were still pretty in the know, as far as price.
Yeah.
But
I prefer the frames over the graphics personally, but still playing at 2K is pretty good.
I play at 3. I've already said this a million times. I play at 3.9K. It's the setting right below 4K, because 4K I get a little bit of flicker in the screen, but 3.9K is perfect. I can play 1440 at 120 frames if I wanted, but I'm good with 60. I'm a Call of Duty player from the past. I'm used to 60 frames, and it's just a perfect transition. And just seeing everything in such great detail. So Hazel, how many can we put you down for?
Welcome to Monitor Talk podcast.
Oh man, the wheel. Zan, I'm telling you, the wheels are spinning.
Where we get.
The wheels are spinning. I'm telling you.
See, I've been PC gaming like my whole life, basically. So, it's fun, and like even you could shave $100 off of that PC if you build it yourself, and it's like building a Lego set. Like you just got to be a little bit more careful, and it's not very hard.
Just making sure you match your chipsets with your motherboards, and it's like making sure the Legos fit. It's the only thing you got to worry about, and make sure it gets the right enough power. That's the main things that people get thrown by.
Yeah, the research phase is the hardest.
Yeah, PC parts picker, it does it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Even that being said, I still bought a pre-made model because I just didn't want to deal with it. I paid the extra money, but see, Zan, I was a console. I was a PS4 player, PS3, PS2 player forever. I never played on PC because it was too expensive back in the day. And now my mind is blown with Destiny in 60 frames and almost 4K. It's just another game. It's a totally different game.
Yeah. I built my first PC when I was going into my freshman year of college. I used my graduation money. I spent $800 and I got a computer that lasted me 7 years, I think. Yeah.
You'll get at least 5 years out of a PC.
Yeah. And I remember being hyped to get a 512 megabyte video card.
A megabyte.
Yeah.
Megabyte.
Yeah.
You know what I found? I was digging through my office the other day, and I found a 3.5-inch floppy disk. I was like, my God. How has that been in my office all this time? Amazing. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
That's funny.
The TWAB was light this week, so we could have a little computer talk. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to, rehash computer talk for the, after we get done with the TWAB.
Sure.
Well, why don't we go ahead and drive a stake through the heart of the TWAB?
Yeah. What else is going on this week?
Yeah. So this week, pretty much nothing except for ghost shells are going to become just like every other armor piece, where you're going to be able to slot mods in, and the mods are going to be, from what they've shown, better than what what we get currently. So how everybody is like killing themselves to get like the 10% XP boosts.
Yeah.
Now there's like a 12% XP boost. Ooh. All right. But hey,
No, the hardest part is getting the shell that has guiding light, treasure hunter, and the materials seeker or whatever for that planet that you're on. But now you're gonna be able to. They've been a little quiet-lipped as far as how that's going to work, but
no, they didn't. No, in the TWAB it said that basically they're making everything a little more basically general. So they're doing just a general finder for no matter what planet you're on.
You think that'll happen? Okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see that explicitly because I was wondering about that myself. Yeah. Okay, good. There you go, Zan. You wanted progression. There you go.
A little more general.
So Zan, we'll see you in the fall.
Maybe we'll see.
I'm in my salesman mode.
We got Cyberpunk.
Oh, I know, man. I know.
And we got Miles Morales.
Call of Duty. I mean, a lot of November is going to be.
Guy.
Yeah, but November's going to be busy, man.
Yeah. See, I think that's really what is keeping me more away from Destiny. Is like I'm not actually a shooter guy. I got into Destiny because it's an RPG, but like,
right.
RPG land has been incredible the last year, 2 years.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been living over there instead of in the Destiny universe.
Totally understandable. Yeah. Understandable, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Demon Souls, that is.
I saw it. I saw it. Man. I saw the new one coming out.
That's why I'm pissed that I can't pre-order a PlayStation. It's because I want to play Demon Souls right now, and everybody released their pre-orders early, and Hazel even got the invite and couldn't get one. So what is happening
exactly
at PlayStation?
It's a clusterfuck. I don't know what they said there's going to be a second wave coming before the holidays, but who knows, man. I didn't. What did I say? Yeah. I said 10 days. I even gave him 10 days and said it'd be sold out in the past shows. I said it'll be sold out in 10 days. It didn't even take 24 hours. They were already sold out.
It didn't even take the 2 hours until pre-orders were actually supposed to go live for them to be sold out.
Yeah, all the retailers jumped the gun.
Yeah, Walmart went first, and it was all over.
It just tells you the hunger for a really good gaming console right now. People want it.
Well, no, I think that what it was, I mean, quite frankly, I think it was Spider-Man and I think it was Demon Souls that absolutely sold the shit out of that. No offense to, the other stuff that was shown, like Final Fantasy, whatever
16,
it is.
I think.
Final Fantasy 16 looks amazing.
It does.
I'm not even a Final Fantasy player, and I was like, pretty good, man. I like this.
It looks like the world is going to be filled out really well, as opposed to 15 was so barren, it didn't feel lived in at all. That was really what the problem was with 15.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Zan, if I was to go back and start playing Final Fantasy, where would you tell me to start? With current gen or computer.
7 Remake.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be your best intro point. It's real fluid.
They're all different, though. I mean,
so they're all so every one is a different story. It's a different story arc and stuff. It's not a continuing story arc.
Yeah, each one is its own single story.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, But seven remaster is a good one to start on.
Yeah, it's got really good combat meets like turn-based feel to it. The story's really good. It's like updated really well. And then I would say if you want a turn-based experience and you're feeling like not very good graphics, but the story's it's the best critically the best Final Fantasy is 9. Like 7's the most popular, but 9 is the most critically acclaimed, and it's my favorite.
Okay.
I liked 8.
8 is like the weird redheaded stepchild Final Fantasy.
Is it the
it's got really cool. I've heard the story is top notch, but the every Final Fantasy game has like a unique like RPG mechanic to it, and a lot of people didn't like the one from 8.
Yeah.
I know we're trying to talk Destiny. All our Destiny fans are like, I'm out.
I thought he said that TWAB was done.
No, well,
yeah,
it pretty much is.
Over.
Yeah, it.
Okay.
Ghosts. There you go.
It's going to be really nice because ghosts are the only thing on all of our tabs of armor and weapons that we can't really customize. You just got to take what you can get. And I when I heard this, this was kind of out of left field. I didn't expect to hear anything like this, and I'm real happy about it. It's gonna be really cool.
This shit that should have happened when they fucking launched the armor being, this way.
I hope the guns. I hope they go this way on guns. We'll see. But we'll see.
That's not until like next year.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they did have a community spotlight with
community focus.
Yeah, community focus with Light GG this week. I did want to mention that too, because read that article. It's very good. I love Light GG. You want a gun stat? They got it down. They got your god rolls. Everything is all laid out for you. So, okay. Well, nice. Then let's we were talking gaming consoles and stuff. Let's move on to the PS5 reveal. What was everyone's overall take from it? Zan, you first.
Hype. I mean, they showed all the best stuff and none of the stuff that was probably going to feel tired, like Ratchet and Clank again. The price is exactly where it should be and where everybody thought it was going to be at $499 and $399. They're losing money on the $399 all digital console, and they're gaining like $20 on the $499 one.
Right.
So you're like the best bang for your buck is the all digital version. And that's a good move as well to try and push people in that direction, because it just means more money for Sony. You have to buy through Sony Store if you're going to buy a game.
Right.
But the games, like what they led with Final Fantasy 16, which we touched on, and it looks incredible. It looks like they learned a lot from Final Fantasy 7 Remake combat in what I saw of the gameplay, but it's still, you can tell that they were working on this before they could have learned how well the 7 Remake combat was going to be received, because it still also kind of looks like 15's combat, which was really like too loose and wonky. But the story and the world looks a lot cooler and a lot more like lived in, and like there's a lot going on in the background while you're going to be playing this one. So I thought that was cool.
Then they had the Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and I guess they did confirm it is a full game. It's not a DLC.
Yeah, it's a $50 game.
Yeah,
that's the best way to like put it. And it's shorter. So you can get it for $50, or for $70 you can get it, and with it you'll get a PlayStation 5 remaster of Marvel's Spider-Man PS4.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's more than just a texture pack. It takes advantage of the hardware, so they just like pack the world with more people, and you can see further, and it loads incredibly fast.
So it's not just a port. It's not just a port. They just remade it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll probably get that version, honestly, because Spider-Man PS4 was one of my favorite games of the generation, for sure.
Yeah, it was good. Not that I played it, but I've heard good things.
Yeah. What do we got?
I don't play superhero games. I just don't have time. I mean, honestly, I don't. They mentioned the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy. I'm just going through some of the games they leaked out here.
Yeah,
I figured we just
good.
That got me hyped. That got me hyped.
It looked pretty
I'll
good.
Be honest.
Yeah.
It got me hyped and also sad that J.K. Rowling is so full of hate lately.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. It like taints the release of that game a little bit to me, is that there's so much drama around like the Harry Potter world right now when it shouldn't have been a thing, you know?
Well, I don't know why the woman is made so much money. I mean, she's probably the richest person in England, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, anyway, it looked promising. I mean,
Yeah, it looks great.
it was going to be for PS4 also. So any of the games like Miles Morales also is going to be for PS4. So you got to kind of wonder how far they're going to be able to go. But like you said, there's a remaster of the original Spider-Man. So maybe that's a bonus. Resident Evil came out with The Village. I know probably Hazelnut was liking that.
Yeah, that looks amazing. I mean, it's kind of like a redo of Resident Evil 4. I mean,
Okay.
it seems a little bit like that. So it's always fun.
I liked the first Resident Evil 8 trailer, the one from the first PlayStation showcase.
Right. This was the second one that they released.
Yeah. I don't know. Like between the two, I don't have a very good feel of how the game's going to be. Is it going to be like more actiony with werewolves, or is it going to be more slow and drawn out with creepy like dolls and like weird? You know,
Just can we get out of the house, please?
Yeah, like
I don't want to be trapped.
What kind of game is it?
You didn't. But I mean,
I
I'm
watched
thinking
the
this one's probably
streams.
gonna be more actiony.
Yeah.
But Gator pussed out on.
I can't play those
Resident Evil
games.
7.
I can't do those games, man.
You can play 4. 4 is the
No, I used to play all the Resident Evils back in the day, PS2, PS3, but they've just gotten so freaking realistic lately, and it's bad enough you turn a dark corner in an alley and these demon dogs would run at you or something, and some crazy monster would run after you, it'd scare the shit out of you, but these games just get twisted now, man. They just really mess with your head.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's good stuff though. It really is.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I might try it. Especially because like you can get Resident Evil 7, which I don't have, in the PS Plus collection. That's going to be available day and date at PS5 launch to just download and play for free if you have PS Plus.
Mhm.
And they're like all amazing games. Like,
Well,
it's like 15 great games.
God of War.
Let's mention that. They mentioned the PS Plus collection where basically, and it just said, listen, download and play. Have fun. And you were
They were
mentioning
like,
the
this
games.
is not. Yeah, they were saying this is not like Game Pass, and
Yeah.
they're like adamant that it's not that.
I got comments on Game Pass. But what they had games I haven't played before, and these are all AAA games. They're really good games.
Ratchet and Clank, Infamous Second Son, Last of Us Remastered, Dead by Daylight, right, was in
Right?
there.
Yeah, that was on there.
Uncharted
Yep, it
4.
was.
Bloodborne is in there.
Bloodborne. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Like, these
It's
are
insane.
serious.
they're
Well-
like some of the best games ever to be on the PlayStation 4 for free. on
And
PS5.
let's be honest, PlayStation Plus has been kind of lackluster since it's come out.
Oh,
What?
They give you
Get the fuck out of here.
No, they give you a handful of games, but they didn't give you as many as they are here. When they're switching to this collection, no, there were limited
These
amount of
are all
games.
These are all games that have been part of the PlayStation Plus.
yes, all of them except God of War.
Yeah, but now you're getting them all at once.
Yet.
Yeah. But like in the past just year to year and a half, they've given away, going backwards, Fall Guys, Last of Us Remastered,
Fall
they gave away
Guys.
Detroit, they gave away Bloodborne,
Yeah,
NBA
they gave away-
2K20.
I think they even they even
Souls.
gave out the remastered Call of Duty 2.
Yeah. Call of Duty
Campaign?
Black Ops. Modern Warfare 2. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was great. But all right, here's my thought here. Game Pass, I have Game Pass, okay? Just for the record, I don't
Game
use
Pass
it.
is great.
I don't use it a lot, but here's the problem I have with Game Pass. When I get a game on Game Pass, I feel like the clock's ticking. I have only so much time and they're going to take the game away, and then I'll be like, well, geez, I wasn't done with the game yet, and now I have to buy it. So I'm already paying $15 a month to basically rent these games. I mean, let's be honest, you're renting the games. You're getting a ton of games. I'll give them that. They are giving you a ton of games, but the problem is you're renting them. This is a Netflix subscription. Netflix, do they keep their movies on forever? No. What if you want to go back and play, one of the latest games they have coming out now? I can't think of one that comes to mind because I haven't used it enough. The problem I have with Game Pass is, one, you only have so much time to play the games before they give you that notice that next month these are all falling off. And number two, I don't have enough time to play all these games. I don't have enough time. I have no time to even try these games sometimes.
Well, you could.
Well,
that's a different topic.
There's Destiny, sorry. But that being said, I'm telling you, Game Pass needs to do this if they really want to progress their service. And don't get me wrong, Xbox hands down has the best service part of this gaming industry. They really have great services to the fans. But all right, how about we do this? How about like PlayStation Plus, since I'm paying more per month? I mean, I just renewed my PlayStation Plus. I think it was $70, $69. I can't remember. But I just had to renew it. And that's for a whole year. I'm paying $15 a month for Game Pass. What is that? Math is hard. It's a lot more than that. Let's just say, okay.
You're paying more.
Like $150 a year.
$150 a year. I mean, it's like double the price, and I don't get to keep the games. So what's up, Xbox? So why not do this? Give me 2 games every 6 months that I can download and keep for free as part of Game Pass. Then I'll feel better about Game Pass. But I'm honestly on the fence. Other than Destiny being free to play and the next season of Destiny Beyond Light being free as part of Game Pass is the only reason I'm keeping it right now. Because that prohibits me from having to spend more money for another expansion for another console. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? No?
I think Game Pass is great. I don't think Game Pass is for you, Gator. It's for people like me who want to play the new thing and it, like whenever it comes out. So like when Halo Infinite comes out, if I have Game Pass, I'm going to play it. And when Hellblade 2 comes out, I'm going to play that. You know what I mean? So for someone like me, it's worth it.
Okay.
I'm
not their audience, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I have to
in Destiny.
But I have to pay for the live service. That's the problem. We talked about this last show, and I guess they're not giving live away for free, Xbox Live. So I'm already paying.
Included in Game Pass, you have to get it Game Pass to get live. Basically,
when you have the sunk cost of $70 a year just for Game Pass, then it makes you kind of think, okay, well, when PlayStation Plus includes their online version where you can go online and play. I mean, that's $60 a year, 70, whatever I mentioned. That includes online and the free games that are yours to keep. You download them, you keep them.
Yeah.
But with Game Pass, there's no guarantee they're your games. I don't know.
I think you get a deal
as long as you have PlayStation Plus.
Right. Yeah. But I can download them on a hard drive and replay them without having to go online, unless it's an online game, of course.
Yeah. That too.
So I don't know. That's everyone says is saying how great Game Pass is. I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Steam is free.
Yeah. Yeah. No online cost.
And most of the games go on sale like way more frequently.
$20 at a time, I just got XCOM, the first XCOM, because I like turn-based stuff. My son talked me into it. He said he'd play with me on it. So I think it was $14, $10. It was next to nothing. It's a full game and all the expansions.
Free on PlayStation, but yeah.
XCOM was?
Yeah.
Damn you, Hazel. Yeah, okay. I get it. PlayStation Plus really has some good games. I'll take that statement back. They do have some really great games that they have out.
Yeah,
and they're yours to keep.
They're not yours to keep. They're yours to keep as long as you have the service.
No.
You quit the service, you'd lose the access to the games, and then you have to buy them.
Are you sure about that? Once they're in my library, on my PS4, you're telling me if I don't think so.
Gator's
Hazel.
right because it thanks you for your purchase. So you purchase them for free.
They're yours. They're in your hard drive, in your library.
But once you like discontinue PlayStation Plus, you can't play the games anymore. It's only while you have the.
Here's what happened. My PlayStation Plus expired, and it said you can't go online. Sorry, you need to renew your PlayStation Plus. But I was able to go to my library and play an offline game. It did boot up. I'm trying to think which one it was.
Yeah, because I remember like there was a big hubbub about it where people were finding out about this and they were like, "Hey,
I'll have to double check on that.
This sucks."
I'll test it out this weekend and see to let you know for sure. I'll post it in the
How
Discord
are you going to test it out?
Well, that's right because I got PlayStation Plus now. Shit. Okay, just ixnay all that shit. Okay,
let's leave that in. Don't edit that out. Okay?
Okay.
I want to. That's amazing stuff right there.
But jeez. No, go ahead.
Ultimately, I mean, regarding the reveal, I mean, the thing that sold me on everything was Demon Souls.
Yeah.
God, that game looked good, man.
Oh my gosh.
I was watching it and I was just like, oh wow, I'm like, okay, this is just the cinematic. And then I'm like, I played Demon Souls. I'm like, this wasn't the cinematic. This was actually like gameplay. And then they kept going, and I'm just like, okay, this is all gameplay. This is not just the cinematic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then it became something way more real for me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Well, they said, Hazel, at the beginning, once they showed Final Fantasy 16 was being simulated on a PC, they said everything from here on is PS5 gameplay, or you know what I mean, is being shown from a PS5.
It is being shown on a PS5. Yeah,
yes,
I know.
Not emulated.
Right, but no, I just meant that in general that I thought that was just like the cinematic for the game.
Well, that was your comment on the first reveal. You said, "Well, what did we do? What did we look at? It was all cinematics. We never really saw any gameplay." But this time around, they actually showed a lot of time of gameplay.
Yeah. I think a lot of people might be like that don't understand, might see the Demon Souls gameplay and be like, oh, that game looks fun, not realizing that the person that played through the first level until the first boss was playing extremely, like they were timing everything perfectly.
Right.
And like they were, like everything was perfect and fluid, and they only got hit like one time or something like that. So like that game is actually going to be like really hard. And I don't think a lot of people are going to get that vibe from watching that.
I can't
gameplay.
wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see people play that and go like, "Oh, it was so easy on the trailer."
Right.
I grew up playing boss fights, man. I love boss fights.
Right. Well, after having just beat Sekiro, I have a whole new respect for these kind of games.
Yeah.
And
wow.
So like I'm incredibly hyped for Demon Souls because I think that's part of the problem as to why I've been struggling to play other games, because it's like, all right, I just like know how to play this. Like if I keep practicing this, my skills aren't going to increase very quickly. Whereas with a From Software game, you have to like study it and become a master of a fight just to beat it. So like that kind of a game, it requires a lot more dedication, but the investment is so worth it for when you do beat a boss. It feels incredible. So yeah, I'm very hyped for Demon Souls.
Well, and then they also of course showed another Black Ops Cold War trailer on the PS5. It looked really good, and
that looked amazing too. Yeah.
It did, and the campaign looks interesting. I might buy it just for the campaign, and I bought the last Modern Warfare just for the campaign. I'm about 25% through it. So far it's really good. The one thing I'm going to mention here that PS kind of exclusivity kind of deal is they have an alpha this weekend. By the time this comes out, it'll be already over. But they had an alpha where anybody on PS4 could download the game, which I did, and you can play the multiplayer all weekend. It's kind of cool. Dip your toe in and see how you like it.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
So I've never played a Call of Duty game ever.
Really?
And I was talking to Ben about this, and he was like, I usually pick it up for the campaign. Like, they're usually pretty good. And I think he suggested to play the most recent one. What is it, Modern Warfare?
It's
Black Ops.
From what I've heard, it's very... some people have got really upset by it. So let's leave it at that.
Oh, well, that sounds
like
something I would enjoy.
It had some ethical stuff, I guess, is what I'm talking about. Some ethical dilemmas. And you get to make choices, too, so it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not on the rails like the old games were.
What I was going to ask you guys is, if I were to play one Call of Duty campaign, which one should I play?
I would tell you the last Modern Warfare one. I've played all the Call of Duty campaigns. And they just get better and better at it, man. The thing I hated about the old Call of Duty games, it was so boring because it was all on rails. You couldn't really deviate from the path they have laid out in front of you, and you just follow your soldier mates, and just keep up with them, and that's all you had to do. It was almost like walking through the story. And then there'd be moments where you had to mash a button really quick to grab a rope or something, but it wasn't really very tedious. But I would say the new Modern Warfare games, so far, what I've played, has been a little more involved. And there are decisions you have to make. So I would say play that one, like your brother said. I would play the last one. Because obviously it's better graphics than the older games, and it's basically you're going back to Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4 days, all those characters, which by far I think were the best stories, is that time of Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 4. That's actually the first one I played. So good stories there. I mean, the ending I still can remember the ending. It's so great. But yeah, I mean, if you had one to pick, that's the one I would get. And the reason I'm really going to probably get Treyarch is one of my favorite developers for Call of Duty games. The other ones are good too, but I've just been a Treyarch fan for so long. Zombies. I love playing zombies. My son and I will just spend hours every night playing zombies, trying to get to a certain level. And they've advanced so many things about zombies. They've made it a whole game. They have a progression system, a bunch, just so much more. There's all kinds of mods and rank ups, and it's just
pick 10 or pick 6 system.
It's so good. Zombies is a totally different game than back in the day, and I played it. I mean, I remember playing till 5 a.m. some nights with buddies. I'm on Call of Duty, and then the game we get to such a high level, our hardware would freeze up because it couldn't handle all the zombies on the screen. It was so much fun. But then we got be so pissed. We get to level 90, and the screen would freeze up, and everyone's like, "Well, good night."
PC.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay, a couple other games they did mention. An exclusive called Deathloop. Did you see that one, Zan?
Oh, yeah, that looks really fun. It seems like roguelike meets Mega Man to me.
Okay.
With powers in first person. It seems pretty interesting. I might be in on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also seems a little bit more old school platformer in how it works, because you're just trying to get as far as you can in each run, and you're just like learning about like where people are going to be and how it's going to go until you can get all the way through in one playthrough or whatever.
That's kind of how Zombies is too. You realize where the waves are coming from. Well, you realize what you're going to have. And
well, the Deathloop reminded me, like, I got a really strong like BioShock vibe from it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's with the powers and the first person. I think,
right. And the look of it too. I mean, it looked kind of, like they had parties and stuff like that. It was just like, oh wow, I'm like, this really gives off a BioShock vibe.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah, it looked fun.
Did you ever play Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey as a kid, Zan?
Yeah.
No,
You guys?
I didn't.
I used to play with my kids. It was such a great game. Well, they have a new game coming out called Soulstorm, and they did play a trailer of that too on the reveal a couple days ago. And I may dive into this just because, just the memories of playing Abe's Odyssey long ago. It's been a long time since there's been an Oddworld game out, and the studio really makes a great game.
So, as someone who played Oddworld games in the past, you're excited about this? Like, no, I'm seriously curious because I
No,
just have
I did. No, I
reference
did.
for Oddworld.
You're playing this character who's pretty weak. They're kind of the worm food of the society, and you're basically slaves, and you go around. It's a platformer. It's a side scroller type game, and you just work your way through levels. It reminds me of old Mario games. It really does, except there's more of a 3D element to it because you have to dive and jump. I would say it's more like a what is that PlayStation game long ago that Naughty Dog made?
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, it reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. A lot of different puzzles and areas you have to jump over things, and you have to do a lot of climbing, and it's just a great game. I mean, back in the day, it was the game, but there's so much more out there now to play. It just depends if that's your kind of game or not.
Yeah.
But I just have good memories of gaming with my kids when they were really young, back in the early days.
Yeah.
Any other games you guys wanted to mention? I guess Devil May Cry, they had a remake edition, special edition coming out.
Yeah. I'll probably still just borrow my brother's and play a copy of it and play it on my
Right.
PS4.
I got you.
It didn't look like any better or anything, so.
Fortnite says
Supposed to be good, though.
they're going to be optimizing. It's no brainer. I mean, that company makes hands over fist money.
Big deal.
Yeah, exactly. For what? Anything else? Anything else about the reveal? I think we talked about Game Pass. I gave you my old man opinions. Not really anything there. If you were to pick between the two, what would you get, Zan? I know you're a PC gamer, but outside looking in, Xbox versus PlayStation, which would you get?
Oh, definitely PlayStation, because they have the best games, and I can play anything that Xbox releases on my PC for $15 a month.
That's true. Xbox Ultimate.
So I don't need a Series X or an S. I understand the value in them for someone who doesn't PC game, and that's their way. And if I weren't as invested into the gaming world, and if I was like you're like common man gamer, I play Call of Duty every year, I play like Madden every year, I might play like a racing game or a fighting game here and there.
Sure.
I'd probably have an Xbox, I'll play Halo, Destiny, whatever. That makes way more sense if I'm that kind of a gamer to get an Xbox. And then Game Pass gets those kind of gamers more invested into the actual gaming realm, where you've got a lot more creativity going on, a lot more story driven kind of stuff, and just kind of unlocking that potential into the gaming world. But as far as it goes, it's a little bit more powerful. It might not be as fast, but it's going to be a little bit more graphics capable on the Series X. So it's the price point. If I'm just going to buy that and I don't have a PC, it'd probably be Xbox for just general gaming. But knowing, because I am invested in that every single PlayStation Studios game, and you're going to get 3 or 4 a year, are going to be 9 or 10 out of 10s.
Right.
You're going to get a PlayStation,
Well, of course, I have to mention the very end, just like they always do. Every time there's a console launch, you get that God of War tease, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess it's going to be called God of War 2 Ragnarok.
Maybe
So-
something like that. It said Ragnarok is coming. I don't know if they have the gall to call it Ragnarok, because isn't there something else called Ragnarok that
I
either
don't
is coming out
know.
or
I know
just
there's a
came out?
movie called Ragnarok, but I don't know about.
Like Assassin's Creed, you mean?
Is there Assassin's Creed Ragnarok?
No, that's Valhalla though.
Valhalla, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
It's the same concept, like the same group of people in the same time frame with the same like world-ending cataclysmic event,
Right.
but
Right.
different
Gotcha.
names.
Well, gentlemen, I think that was a great conversation. I think we covered just about everything. I mean, it's the PS5 event is big. I mean, it's been newsworthy everywhere, and just the cluster mess of trying to get this damn console in your house. I don't know how they're going to deal with it. I knew there'd be a shortage, but my God, I didn't know it would sell this fast. And I guess Xbox goes on pre-order next week?
Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how fast they go.
I think they're going to have more pre-orders than PlayStation.
Can't beat that console, man. I mean, $299? That's just...
Yeah, and the Series X is like not a slouch
No.
when it comes to a console.
Not at all.
It's just a 1080p Series X.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's pretty solid.
More 1440 version. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious to see how if they sell out as well as fast as PlayStation did, because good luck getting a PlayStation 5 this Christmas, fellas and ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll just play with my next-gen console called my PC.
I just want one in the first couple weeks because I want to play Demon Souls
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, hey, why don't we get some community questions? What do you guys think?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week. This is where we take questions from our community, from our Discord, our Twitter, from our SpeakPipe, all three different ways you can reach us and add questions to our show. And Hazel, why don't you reach in and grab one? That sounded dirty.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, at least you didn't say grab both of them. So,
Oh, damn.
all right. A question from H. If Hazelnut lost his PS power cord while recording,
Oh, God.
when is Mrs. Gator taking away his keyboard?
Okay. Yes, the last show there was a lot of keyboard noise, a lot of humming and stuff. And here's the deal: I use a dynamic mic. It's a 20, I think it's a 2050 mic, Audio Technica 2050 dynamic, and it was on a basic stand on my boom arm, and it did not have a dampener on it. So anything I did on the screen,
This is the part of the show where Gator basically blames his technology instead of him typing.
yes, exactly. No, I bought a dampener and a sound screen, so it's really nice now. I can rap on anything, and it doesn't come through the mic. So I'm so happy I found this. And it's hard to find a dynamic mic shock mount. I don't know why. It's a lot easier with condensed mics, but for dynamic mics, like mics that people sing into, it's really hard to find them, man. And
I'm glad you're using a dynamic mic because more podcasters should, as it eliminates a ton of extra noise in the background.
It does. And, I eliminate a lot of the background sound anyway, but it's nice to be able to, it comes across really nice and clean. So H, like I told you in Discord, try to hear it now. You won't hear it. So, hey, I got one from Chubby Wizard here. Question for the show. What is one good thing that has happened in your life since all this COVID craziness started? I started going for walks in March and have been able to keep walking 3 to 4 times a week since then. Side note, listening to the show while walking has made walking easier too. Thanks and love the show. Zan, we'll always start with you, by the way. What do you think?
For me, it was the last Potato Thumbs fitness challenge because I had started running like 1 week before it started, and it motivated me to run throughout, and I hit my goals. And I went from barely being able to run 3 miles at once, and I'd have to walk a whole bunch right off the bat, to my last run of the contest. I ran 6 miles without walking at all.
What? That's outstanding.
1 hour and like 1 or 2 minutes or something like that.
6 miles in an hour.
Yeah.
That's hard to do, dude.
It felt really good. It was such a gorgeous night, and the tunes were just on point.
You were in the
so
flow.
I just went. And like I've been slacking the last like week and a half, 2 weeks, but I'm excited to get back to running. Running has been fantastic for me.
That's awesome, dude. Hazel, anything changed for you?
Yeah, I've actually started playing, way back when, started playing Pokemon Go with my daughter. And then, so that like got us outside more and got us walking. And then my wife got involved. And I mean, so now it's a family thing where we're walking around like a little mock gang, walking around getting Pokestops, kicking people out of gyms. We're raising a bully, basically, is what we're doing.
Okay. Nice.
Pokemon Go is fantastic, and I don't know if there's going to be anything that can create as much community outside of like politics or something negative in a long time. Just like I can't imagine. I don't know. It came at like such a perfect moment for me, especially because I had just gotten divorced, and like just being able to go to like a park, and there's like 30 people at whatever random park playing Pokemon Go. That would just be like, just not necessarily friend material or anything, but just like doing the same thing you're doing, and like friendly enough to say hi and like touch base or whatever before moving on to the next Pokestop.
Yeah. Community.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Try
really good.
Try driving by that park in your car and going, what the hell is going on? When it first came out, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh man.
These neighborhood parks, you'd have like you said, 20, 30 people out there just walking around, rushing and running toward points on the park. I'm like, we're looking around like, what is going on?
And like, I lived about 10 minutes from Las Vegas's Central Park. It's called Sunset Park.
Uh-huh.
And there were a couple of events that I went to there that were just like, there were hundreds, if not thousands of people.
That is
for
crazy.
This Pokemon Go event. Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool.
Wow. Yeah, it's a phenomenon, man. My son and his friends were into it, and my daughter even got into it, and it was just crazy. I'd never seen anything like that in my life, especially with a game, which, that's proof that gaming brings a lot of people together. For me, we already did walks. In fact, when I had a lot of stress in my life, years and years ago, my wife and I would take walks for hours at night, of course, Florida. And there's something about a walk. One, you clear your head. You don't have background noise or any noise around you that's making you worry about things. You don't have to think about it. Just totally is. It's almost meditation. It really is. But my wife and I would do so much talking amongst ourselves. We're so busy looking at screens and TV shows and stuff. I mean, we watch TV together, but do we talk? No, we're watching the show. Walks are great because you can actually communicate with your mate or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and you're focused on each other, which is hard to do these days.
Yeah, no phone time.
But for COVID, for me, walks were much easier because there was definitely not as much street traffic. It was a lot easier to walk around our neighborhood because people were staying at home. A lot more people have been walking in our place, though, and we've been having issues with dogs. We walk our dogs every night, and there's been so many people walking their dogs. But the good thing that came out of this is I rebuilt my kitchen. We're really busy going out watching movies and stuff, and when the movie theaters shut down, our entertainment shut down, and we just turned our entertainment into a project. And now we got a nice brand new kitchen. So, yeah, good question. All right, I got one from Jealous here. This one's a Destiny question. So, Zan, this may be off the wall for you. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
This is from Jealous. Question for the show. So, as you know, we were introduced to characters without light, like Hawthorne. What if there is a person like her with bad impressions with the Guardians and the Tower and gets, quote, resurrected by the pyramids and is now an antagonist? That's an insightful question. Do you have an answer for that, Zan? I know you kind of don't know what's going on in Destiny right now, but...
No, but I get the gist of the question.
Okay.
So,
What do you think?
So, like, basically what he's saying is, like, a ghostless, powered human, but does not have, like, an affiliation, necessarily. Maybe to the pyramid ships, but I think that would make a very interesting antagonist, for sure. It feels very much like Alien to me, you know?
Right.
The movie.
Right.
I think that would be cool. I think that I could get down with some story like that, if that's the direction it's going.
Okay. Hazel, what's your take on this question?
Yeah, I mean, this was something that I mentioned earlier, like the concordant, you know, where
Right.
it's
Last week.
and then also how they mentioned too, like I didn't read it, but the one article about how people were actually like kind of anti-Guardian.
That was the lore
degree.
piece they put in last week, right?
I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Might have been.
But yeah, it's basically just that, and I mean, it would flow. I mean, I'd appreciate that, but I don't know what the payoff would be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the mechanism there. How would that happen exactly? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's less about how it happens and more like why it would happen.
The how and the why, right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if something like that happened, but honestly, I don't think that'll happen.
I'd like to see it happen
Maybe
though, in the regard of see a Guardian go against like a human. I mean, that would just be like Superman going against a human kind of thing.
Then you got to ask yourself, Hazel, why did they introduce that lore about the villagers, how helpless they are, and the life living in the village under the Traveler, and the fact that they are resentful or maybe envious of Guardians? And I don't know. Maybe they're setting us up for something. If Bungie can do it, they'll do it. So, Jealous, that's a good question, man. We'll have to just see what happens. All right, Hazel, what else we got?
Wow, there's a lot of good questions.
There's a lot of them.
So we'll go with this one. It's one that we've kind of already talked about, but RNG Gator. So question for the show, at Gator and at Hazelnut. Now that Bads is no longer, does it matter what songs are picked for the playlist now? And how do you feel about Potato Thumbs have the reigning and defending undisputed playlist now that you can't win it?
Sorry, Zan, do you have a comment on this,
I don't
Zan?
think the last part counts.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I'm going to defer to you guys. I want to hear what you guys think about this.
Hazel?
I think if you want to know our thoughts, then you can go back and listen to our intro.
There you go. I think that speaks for itself.
XOXO. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thanks, guys. These questions are awesome. All right, I got a simple one from Uncle Scumdeath. What are the best sneakers ever made?
Oh, Vans Classics.
Vans. Those were good shoes. Durable. God, I miss those days.
Just buy some.
I don't think a midlife adult wearing Vans would be too good right now.
Why?
My daughter was into Vans for a while. She actually had the old checkerboards, and they look good on her.
I mean, they're shoes.
I'm not a slip-on sneaker guy. Never have been.
Oh, the ones I'm talking about have laces.
I was never in the skating scene as a kid. I was playing baseball. I never got into skateboarding and like some of you guys did.
Did you wear Chuck Taylors?
Damn, I'll have to think about that.
Because they're just like more. They're like better looking Chuck Taylors. Vans are.
Yeah.
I remember having some old Converse, but
That's what I'm talking about.
oh well,
Converse,
yeah.
Chuck Taylors.
Oh, you're talking about high top? Oh, high top. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've definitely had
Yeah.
those. Yeah, I definitely had those. Damn, you had to make me think there. It's been a while since I've worn stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Vans are like the same. They just look a little bit better.
Oh, I know it. My brother,
Yeah.
my brother's 2 years younger than me, and he wore Vans all the time. He was really into it. I just never got into that lifestyle, man. I don't know. Not me. I was the
that
little geek.
lifestyle that wore Vans.
I was the little geeky kid. I don't know. All right, Hazel. Or was that your question? No, that was my question. It's your turn.
No, that was yours. Best sneaker. I mean, I probably have to. I mean, my first thought was Chuck Taylor's, just because that's just what I grew up with, and that
because they were the best shoe you could have at the time.
Are we talking about past or present?
Well, I think that's the thing.
He's talking about past right now.
He's talking about actual sneakers, not running shoes or anything like that. Okay. See, in Florida, we call sneakers like all kinds of sports shoes or sneakers. Go put your sneakers on and go outside. That's the way I was told.
Gator's gonna need like a map and like a breakdown.
Sneakers are just like any
talking.
kind of non-dress shoe.
I'll just say Converse high tops. I'm good with that.
Chuck Taylors.
Chuck Taylors.
I wore a lot of Chuck Taylors in high school, but my favorites Converse were 77 reissue suede red.
Ooh, suede reds.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what mine would be? I've got a pair of Chuck Taylors, and they're like fleece lined for winter.
What?
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're leather, and they are just all kinds of badass.
Can you send a picture of that? I'd like to see those.
Yeah.
Definitely. Send it to us.
Yeah.
Then when I tell you what,
Vans.
just no. We'll throw it on our Instagram. We'll put it on our Instagram. We'll put it on our Instagram. That'd be awesome. All right. Let's go another question, Hazel.
My nephew just made me laugh, and some liquid poo came out of my ass into my underpants. I've had to have another shower. So while it's on my mind, when was the last time you did something into your underpants? Love the show. Uncle Scumdeath.
Good old Uncle Scumdeath.
Oh man, I have to go first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to say I was still living in Ohio, so it's like at least, and I was working for Pizza Hut. It's like at least 2 years ago, and I trusted a fart, as Danfinity says, never trust a fart.
Yes.
And I believe I ended up just throwing away my underpants and going commando the rest of the day because I was already at work.
Yeah, I would refer you to episode, I think it's episode 5. This story came up a long time ago for me, so I'll just refer you to that episode. Hazel?
I want a refresher in the immediate.
Oh, come on, man!
I'm here live right now.
It was.
I can't go back and listen to episode 5 right now.
It was the same. It was along the same lines as what you were saying. I trusted a fart,
Okay.
and I went for it, and mistakes were made.
I went for it,
and I think it was at. I'm trying to think. Was it at a wedding? I think it was at a wedding, and I came up to my wife, and she saw how I was walking, and she just looked at me and rolled her eyes. Didn't help at all. Just rolled her eyes and just said, "Yep, that's what I married." And I think I do-si-doed to the bathroom and figured it out. Yeah.
You threw away your underwear.
and figured it out.
Yep, I went commando that day. That's for sure. Yep.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
It's what you got. It's the only option you have. I mean,
I think your biggest mistake was not only trusting a fart, but while at a wedding.
I'm pretty sure it was at a wedding.
Everything goes wrong at a wedding, right?
I think it was at a wedding. I'm pretty sure it was. There's been several moments where I've trusted a fart, so over my lifetime, but that's the one I can definitely remember because it was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hazel, I don't think we got an answer from you yet.
Oh, from me? Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Already?
Yeah, already.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna take some liberty with this question. So with underpants, underwear kind of thing, like a shirt kind of thing. So, I was maybe
a shirt kind of thing. How do you just casually
like an
go
undershirt?
Okay.
I'm trying to picture this. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay.
So, so it's an undershirt, and that's my segue into that. And I want to say maybe like 18, 19, and I was drinking a lot.
Oh.
And it was a friend of mine and I, and a couple of friends of us actually, and we all got tore down. And then I ended up actually like drinking so much that I got sick. That was like my thing, actually. It was I get drink and I get thirsty, and then I'd end up throwing up and then drinking some more because I was thirsty.
Oh.
It was a great vicious cycle.
That is.
So I was over at his house and I was sleeping on his floor, and I was like, I'm not feeling good. So I ended up like, I'm going to throw up, but I can't make it to the bathroom. So I took my shirt off, threw up in my shirt, wrapped it up, and slept right next to it.
I feel like I heard this
I remember
story.
this story. I remember
Did I
this
tell
story.
this
This was
story?
back in the early days of Guardian Downcast. Yep. When we did 40 questions a night. They took 2 hours to do.
God, yeah.
Poor Easy. Oh my God.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, so, yep. And then I slept next to it, and then we ended up throwing it out the window and just having to clean it up and explain it the next day.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that story. Yeah.
that's a good one though.
I've got one from Parody from Two Titans and a Hunter. You've seen the quote, "We went into Crucible with 6 videos. What do you want to bring into Crucible in a 6-stack? Serious or trolley? You know mine is Sweet Business, Actium War Rig," because he's a Titan. I don't know. What do you think, Zan? What would you bring into a 6-stack? If we were going to put together a 6-stack and pub stomp, what would be your ideal setup?
Fighting Lion New City synthesis.
Of course. You troll. I mean, good answer. Yeah, we played private matches with Death RX Clan. Dude, you were on point with that setup.
I used it a lot and got used to the way Fighting Lion bounces, and people aren't used to you death from aboving them.
You can't get away from it. You can't get away. That was the problem. You'd hit me, and as soon as I was hurt, you'd finish me off. What'd you finish me off with? I can't remember.
My fist, usually.
Yeah, that's right. Titan, of course.
or New City,
Oh, my God.
which
Yeah.
I would never ADS. It's just fire from the hip.
Yeah,
with
that was
And
a strong
no.
gun. Damn. I remember those. I still get nightmares on that damn match we played.
Anytime we did Rumble as a private matches too, I don't know what it was about it, but like people would just like freak out if I was coming,
Yeah.
and it was just hold forward on the stick, like
right.
W all the way, and yeah, you just bounce that Fighting Lion grenade off the ground and then release your jetpack and punch them in the face.
It was
good.
It was effective. I can attest. What would you do, Hazel? What would you bring into a 6-stack if you were going to pub stomp? You are a Titan. Another Titan.
Because he's a gentleman and a scholar.
Welcome to the Two Titans and a Warlock podcast.
I think I'd probably have to go with a Truth and... Oh, it's been so long since I've logged in. I need to log in. It's just so I can get the names of these. But there's another basically I'd run 2 grenade launchers for my primary, the Militia's Birthright, and then the what's the one in the secondary slot? There's another one-shot grenade basically.
Okay.
And that's what I would use with Truth, just so I could just be extra.
What's the
Nasty.
Pinnacle grenade launcher called again?
I'll tell you.
The mountaintop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used that for a while and it was fun, but I think Fighting Lion is more fun.
You can bounce around corners with I went up against a whole team of Fighting Lions one night, and you could not get away from them, man. It was just a dreadful game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
I
you know how
don't know
to,
what they were doing. Yeah.
they I was critically wounded all the time. And by the time I got anywhere, someone else would pick me off. It was just nuts. One of my worst Crucible games ever. For me, I would have I have a blast furnace that has max range. I would use that for my far away fights if we're trying to maybe catch you in a spawn. But everyone knows what I'm bringing in. I'm bringing in the Telesto because it is the besto. And anybody that came near me would be vaporized. Maybe not Zan, but some other people. Because he'd be floating above me with that damn Fighting Lion. Yeah, that was a good question, Parody. Thanks, man. All right, Hazel, why don't you get one more and I'll take one more. We'll call it a night.
All right. Well, I think we already answered the lastest question about which versions of the consoles would we be getting.
Well, yeah, he was asking the various consoles. Will you and Zan be purchasing? Will it be that, or will you be purchasing the new 3070, 3080, or 3090 graphics card? That part we didn't really talk about a whole lot. I think we know Zan's answer.
It might be both, actually.
Okay.
But the problem is if I upgrade to a 3070, I'm going to get a new motherboard too, which means I should just get a new processor as well.
That's the problem.
It's almost a whole new PC.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I had some issues with my gaming rig where I didn't have a M.2 SSD, which is what's in the PlayStation 5. And for my boot drive, I had some like kind of weird chip that would boost the startup speed of my computer.
Mm-hmm.
And that crapped out on me. And I also lost a PCI slot at some point. So new motherboard is definitely in the equation when I go to upgrade. But I'm more interested in the PS5 to truly answer the question. That it's because I can still play games on my PC and it's fine. I have a 1080 and i7 third, like 4700 or something like that. So my computer's decent enough still.
Right.
That if I have to choose, I'm getting a PS5 because I want to play Miles Morales and Demon Souls and Horizon and God of War and all those things. So,
in 2 words, PlayStation exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
That's the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
What do you think? Oh, we know what Hazel's getting, right? PS5.
Well, yeah. I mean,
maybe a $500 or $600
it.
gaming computer. Can I interest you in one of those tonight?
Yeah,
Here,
buying.
No, I'll go with you and I'll help you pick it out, and then you can drop your credit card on it.
Yeah,
I tried, Zan. I tried.
but
see, what's not gonna what's gonna
effort.
sell Hazel on a gaming PC is not Destiny, based on the way the night is gone.
Yeah.
What's gonna sell Hazel on a PC is Cyberpunk. It's Resident Evil, because that's going to be on PC probably. It's possibly Far Cry 6. I'm stretching a little bit with what I know of Hazel's interests. But like, it's not Destiny is the point that I'm trying to make. And for reasons like when Control came out and it was real frame droppy and laggy on consoles, but on PC it ran fantastically with ray tracing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I played it on PC and my experience was fantastic. That was an incredible game. So that's the kind of stuff that's going to sell Hazel on a PC.
Well, you're probably right.
Well, I mean, maybe, but honestly, Destiny is one of the reasons why I would buy it. But to me, it's more so along the lines of, well, what else can I play? And that's where Cyberpunk comes in. So
I still don't know if I'm going to get that on PC or the new PlayStation. I don't know yet.
I got Avengers on PC because that had frame drop issues on console as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and like, I don't care as much about Spider-Man on that because I'm still going to get Miles Morales. I'm still going to get Spider-Man PS4. And those are probably better versions of Spider-Man anyway. And Kamala Khan is basically Spider-Man. So what's the point, right?
And what is it? And of course, the Xbox exclusives. I'll enter crickets right here.
Oh, Halo Infinite, Hellblade
Next
2,
year.
Grounded, which is already out.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that are like worth looking forward to that are Xbox exclusives, as well as things that they haven't announced yet because they've got a lot of studios that they just picked up that we haven't heard anything from yet. The difference being that a lot of these games from Xbox Studios are probably going to be more akin to like a AA kind of game.
Right.
Whereas your PlayStation exclusives are AAA kind of games. So there's a niche to it. It's the Xbox and PlayStation aren't fighting the same war.
No.
PlayStation is the classic, here's our console, it's great, and here are the games that you can only play on PlayStation, and they're great.
Right.
And Xbox is playing the game of, we just want you to play Xbox games however you can do that, and we're going to make the entry point super easy for you. And there's going to be a lot of really good stuff, but there's not going to be a lot of top tier stuff, as far as I can tell so far. There very well may be some top tier stuff, if Ninja Theory is almost done with Hellblade 2, I imagine that their next game is something new, and with Microsoft money, that's going to be amazing. And I think Microsoft getting EA Origin access as part of Game Pass is a huge deal, because that means I don't have to buy Origin access to play Mass Effect Remastered when it comes out. If I just have
That's true.
Game Pass, I can play Mass Effect as well because it's included in that. And that means I also get FIFA, which, because I've been playing 2K, I'm very interested in the next FIFA because I think that would be a ton of fun. And there's a lot of good EA games that just contribute to what you're going to get with Game Pass. So,
okay,
you want the best games, PlayStation. You want a lot of just really good games. Game Pass is $15 a month, or if you don't even have anything to play on it with, you can pay $25 a month and get a Series S and Game Pass
or XCloud on if you have an Android device.
Well, xCloud comes with Game Pass Ultimate, which you get either the PC version, the console version. I'm buying a Series S on layaway, basically, for $25 a month. I'm also getting that.
Right.
Xbox is very consumer friendly, and I'm as a PlayStation fanboy and PC fanatic, I'm very excited about the things that Xbox is doing.
Oh, that was just a bad joke that just got turned on me really badly. So I stand corrected, sir. You had all your information in line. I like what they're doing. It's definitely a different way of going about it. Why fight the hardware war? Because hardware is always going to change. Why not just make it more accessible to everybody? And I think that's Phil Spencer's doing the right thing there. I think that's strategically the best way to approach this. So, I mean, xCloud, if they can get on Apple devices, I'm in.
And Apple is they met them 3/4 way.
Okay.
So, Apple has changed their rules a little bit. It's still not going to allow Game Pass or xCloud to work the way that xCloud is intended to work, but it might work in a capacity.
Right.
I don't know if that's something they're working on or not, but Apple has made an accommodation that might help xCloud. But I do think xCloud is going to completely murder Stadia, and I'm okay with that.
I'm good with that too. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a half-ass launch, really. I mean, that's Google. I mean, come on.
I mean, I think Google did what they could to try to jump into the market. I think they didn't follow through the way they needed to, and I think their research was really close to being good to what they ended up coming out with as far as a product, but their research was still slightly off, whereas Xbox has that kind of history and repertoire and trust from the gaming community to make xCloud work, especially because if xCloud works and Game Pass works, then the two of those go hand in hand way better than anything Stadia could have done.
See, dude, this is why you need to have a gaming news podcast. This is excellent, man.
What a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
What a brilliant
What do you
idea,
think?
man.
What? Yeah. Hey, you know what? Let's leave it there, Hazel. We got a few questions left. We'll add those to next week. I think we've had some really good conversations tonight. Let's move on to our final segment of our show. For the final part of our show, we would like to pick our songs. Our songs for our award-winning Guardian Down cast playlist. This is a little sample of what the two of us, and Zan, of course, like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Down cast playlist on Spotify and now iTunes for all the Apple guys out there and gals. I always put a special link in our show notes. If you want to click on that and follow what we add every week, that'd be great. We now have 28 hours and 44 minutes of music, 404 songs, and that is not including what we're adding tonight. That represents all of us and our past guests. So, Zan, perfect time here. Let's start with you, man. What 2 songs did you add this week?
All right. So last week I missed the memo, even though it was told to me. It was all on me.
That was me. That was on me because I didn't do my research. That was not a 2014 song.
Yeah, I mean, I picked it, and Gator told me to pick a 2014 song, and I just didn't. And so this week, I still didn't pick a 2014 song.
Okay.
I picked a 2013 song that was on the 2014 Grammy Album of the Year. It's "Don't Let Go" by Beck. And I love Beck. I really appreciate and respect him for everything he does. Musically, he plays every instrument on every song that he ever makes. Every song is just Beck, and it's fantastic. It was another year in which Kanye West jumped on stage at the Grammys and was like, Beyonce should have won. And I looked at some, I was annoyed by this in 2014, I remember. So I went online and I was looking some stuff up, and Beyonce's like #1 single from that year had like 20 to 30 credits as far as like this person's played that instrument and that person played this instrument and this person helped write and all this kind of stuff. Beck's credits for his whole album were just him. He played everything. He sang everything. He wrote everything. And he won Album of the Year. So yeah, it's a great song. I really like it. And
I mentioned to you that was one of my top 10 artists of all time was Beck.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And actually, it's not even, this album is not one of my favorites of his. I like his older stuff a little bit better.
Okay.
But it's still really good.
So happy belated birthday, Bungie. Destiny, not Bungie. Destiny.
Yes, exactly. This is for me dropping the ball last week.
That's all right, man.
My write-in song pick.
All good.
Pinback's still great.
Yep.
But the other song that I have to pick is because me and the new lady friend were talking about some piano rock and Elton John and stuff like that.
Nice.
And we talked about our favorite Elton John and Billy Joel songs. So I decided to put on the playlist this week Big Shot by Billy Joel, which is my favorite Billy Joel song.
Great song.
Yeah.
Nice.
Piano rock is not dead. It's fantastic. Listen to piano rock. Modern piano rock is still good.
Didn't he play his last live concert just a while ago before COVID and all this garbage?
He did. I want to say he did like a residency at Madison Square Garden for a while.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wow. Great artist. Good picks, man.
Fantastic.
Solid picks. Yeah. Hazel, your turn. What do you got for this week, man? Since I haven't even seen him yet. I haven't even seen him yet, for the record.
You haven't?
Well, did you add another 2, or are you using those 2 you went with?
I haven't picked my other 2 yet, or I have picked them. I just haven't added them yet.
Okay.
So my original 2 were before tonight and Zan's lovely message about us moving us,
to award-winning
status.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
So I had Hero by Chad Kroeger and Bad Girlfriend by Theory of a Dead Man. So So Chad Kroeger, lead singer for Nickelback, and Theory of a Dead Man, basically he gave Theory of a Dead Man their, their just desserts and gave them, their publicity and everything else like that. But really quick fun story for you is I played Hero, about 5 seconds of it, and my daughter goes, yeah, I'm just for like the next few years, I'm going to say no to that song.
Awesome. Way to go, Addie. Way to go, Addie. Way to go.
Yeah. I just started laughing, and then my wife was laughing too. And then my daughter's like, yeah. And she's like, play a little more. And then I did. And she's just like, yeah, I think I'm going to say no for a lot longer than that too.
I love it.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
I've got
So
many
you're saying
fans.
that you're not adding this song to the award-winning Guardian Downcast playlist.
Correct. Exactly. Thanks to my daughter's influence and your influence, I am changing my picks to... We'll add them as well for you, Gator.
Sure. No
Self-Esteem by The Offspring.
Oh, okay. Good song.
Nice.
And Touch, Peel, and Stand by Days of the New.
Oh, I love
Not
Days.
familiar.
I love Days of the New. I already have one of the, I added the first Days of the New song just for the record.
Nice. Yeah. This is one that I actually just stumbled upon thanks to Spotify and their ability of just saying like, hey, you listen to this, so we're gonna put this on next. And it took me back to, I don't even remember what year it was.
It was during the grunge.
Out.
It was during the grunge times.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a metal band.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Weekly Discover.
No, it wasn't even that. No, this was just something like I started off listening to Bob Seger, and I ended up led me to Days of the New somehow or another. And I was just like, wow, this has been a ride. But I listened to this song way back, probably in late 90s, basically. And it was fun. It was like finding an old friend, going like, oh yeah. So
nice
rock song.
Yeah.
So.
Heck yeah.
Well, my first pick, this new artist, and I say new, they were discovered in 2019, is from New Prague, Minnesota. And kind of has a rapper's flow, but mixed with some emo electronic elements. He kind of reminds me of Grandson. He's fairly new to the music scene, like I said, but he's got a record deal in 2018. And all I know is I like his music. So my pick is from the 2019 album, The Gloomy Tapes, Volume 2. And the song is Monster, and the artist is Call Me Charisma. I think we're going to hear more of this guy in the future. Really talented guy. And, I like Missio, so it's kind of down that alley. For my second pick, this rock blues band from Athens, Alabama, formed in 2009 and honed their music performing in bars and clubs in the Southeast for 2 years. Their rise began in the 2010s, and the song I chose tonight is off their 2015 album, Sound and Color, and the song is Don't Wanna Fight by Alabama Shakes. I just can get lost in this song. It's just such a great groove. You want to get in a really good mood, really good flow, Zan, this is a great song.
Yeah. Sound and Color is also the name of the best Foo Fighters album.
Colors and Shapes.
You're right.
Yeah, I almost made that mistake too when I was writing this up. I said, wait a minute, let me check that album title one more time. Good pull though. We're staying on the same wavelength. I like it.
Yeah.
As requested, Mrs. Gator's chosen a song for this week, and this is what she says. I can't always describe Cosmo Sheldrake songs, but I know they always make me happy. I mean, when was the last time you heard a bass clarinet play in a song like this? And her song,
Bass clarinet.
you got to hear this song. It is so freaking crazy. We were out getting dinner tonight, and we played it in the car wash as we're going through the car wash, and her song is called "Wriggle" by Cosmo Sheldrake. So it's a good song, man. And you wait till you see the video. I'm going to post the video in our Discord this week. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. I just want to let everybody know, I usually put some videos in our playlist on our music and TV channel in our Discord. If you want to find out more about them, I usually post some videos. I try to get some live stuff, but there's going to be some good videos in the Discord this week. I'm really excited. Guys, I think that's a wrap, man. Another episode in the collection. For our listeners out there, just keep in mind we have 61 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about us. And just a bit of housekeeping. Just a quick reminder that we now have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I invite you all to be a part of it. If you're looking to find a clan, before Beyond Light arrives, now would be a good time to do it. Just jump in, get to know some of these great gamers that are in our Discord and in our clan. And we're not hardcore, enjoying what time you have to play Destiny is all we ask. Just have fun. I'm sure some of us are a little hardcore, but it's like every clan, a little bit of everything. So if you are looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under the channel GDC Destiny 2 Clan, where you can find a link. Otherwise, look for it in our show notes, and our call sign is DOWN. We do ask that you join our Discord first if you are going to join our clan, so we can communicate with you. That's how we talk amongst ourselves. Maybe get to know a little bit about you. That's all we ask, and you can lurk all you like. We don't care. Zan, dude, as always, you're such a treat, man. Thank you for coming on tonight, man. I've been literally looking forward all week to talking to you.
It was a blast. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, just so everyone is aware, we know we don't know your new podcast yet, if you decide to do one. But where can people reach you if they want to know more about you?
If you want to find me anywhere on the internet at Zanifan711. That's Twitter and all the things equivalent, I guess. So,
well, thank you again, man, for coming on tonight. Hazel, how can people get a hold of you without using their arms?
Well, fine, I guess.
Okay.
Everything else would
forget I said that.
Oh, okay. Yay. So, Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere. And just a quick note, just want to say tonight was actually NFG Rocker Dude's last Twitch stream. He's changing direction with what he wants to do and how he's going to do it. So, best of luck to him.
Yeah,
is he moving to Facebook?
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Oh, because that would be a smart move. Facebook's killing it.
He just hit his $1,000 goal today, by the way. RNG Gator, thanks for posting that in our Discord. He was
oh, that's awesome.
Doing a fundraiser for mental health tonight, or
Yes.
earlier today.
Yeah,
And,
we donated as well, just so you know.
I'm sorry. Excellent. Thank you. Because I was out eating dinner with my wife, and by the time I saw this, it was already over. So,
No, you're good.
I also wanted to mention, while we're talking about that if you want to hear more about Mr. Hazel here, he was on the Guardian Hub podcast just this last week, and I must say, it was a very good podcast. I was really impressed. You represented, man. And just for the record, he did say he loved Gator. It is in there. It's in the tape. Go back and listen to the podcast, Guardian Hub podcast, and you'll hear him say it at the end. I'm telling you, he said it.
But more importantly, though,
Yes.
on that episode, Kingsley Mac said the word bullshit.
Yes, you got him to cuss.
Consummate professional.
Wow.
Yes.
The consummate professional, Kingsley Mac, said the word bullshit.
And he didn't block it out. We already,
Yeah, I know.
I was loving it. So check that out, guys.
Yep.
It was a really great podcast. And thanks, Kingsley Mac and Sin and Des Raven for having him on. It was a great show.
Exactly. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. You can reach me at Todd the Gator on Twitter. Remember, that's Gator, G-A-T-R. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as Gator, all caps, G-A-T-R, underscores in between, and Gator Space GDC on Xbox. You can find us, our podcast, whatever podcast you use out there. Just search for Guardian Downcast. And GuardianDowncast.com if you want to know anything about us. You can also go to GuardianDowncast.com if you want to play it on your PC directly. Our shows are all listed on there in order, so check it out. Or you can email us also at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast for our usual show questions every week or whatever you want to talk to us about. So thanks very much. We have a bunch of great gamers in our Discord as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast. I'll post a link in our show notes as well if you want an invite link. And we're now on Instagram. Just search for Guardian_Down_cast. We're trying to start adding things relating to our guests on our show. Just search for Guardian_Down_cast. And Zan, if we would like, I think you sent a picture in our show note DM. So Hazel, if you could put that in our Instagram down the road after our show comes out.
Yes.
You guys,
everybody needs to see that picture too.
God, that hair, man. That damn hair.
Yes.
I'm so jealous of that hair, man.
Somebody was making love to the camera.
Oh, God. Yeah. It was an impressive picture. I'll say that. Hey, everyone, if you like what you're listening to, do us a big favor. Spread the word. Hit that share button on whatever podcast you use. And if you want to leave us an iTunes review, do that. We'll be glad to read that out on the show. And to make our week complete, how about a brand spanking new Scum Death Corner?
Hello, welcome to Scum Death's Corner. I'm moving out tomorrow. Some of you may not know that. It's been so hectic. Like I said, loads of times. We haven't been able to find a place because nobody in England wants to take dogs. We found a place which is about 15 doors down now, 15 houses down the road. So it's going to be easy. We got a 2 men, van and man coming tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything's down. Living in boxes. This is going to be hectic. But I'd just like to say to everyone, thank you very much for all your kind words through all the stress I've had over the last 2 months. And I know some of you you've really helped me out with my head and stuff like that. And I really appreciate what all of you have done for me. So I'm just trying to squeeze through all the boxes in this shite. So I might do another Scum Death's Corner tomorrow when I actually get all this shit in the new house. So I love you all, and I possibly will speak to you tomorrow. Obviously, you won't hear it tomorrow, so but we'll let Gator work that one out. Love you all. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I will work that out, Uncle Scum Death. We'll get that worked out. That's what post-production is all about, brother. Yeah, thanks for sending that, man. It's really good to hear Scum Death is back. And next week, you will hear his next Scum Death's Corner. I decided to save that one until next week, so you'll have to tune in then and listen. Hey, we appreciate everything you guys and gals out there do for us. And we hope we made your week at least a little less stressful with our little lighter take on Destiny and gaming in general tonight. Continue to be safe, everybody. Take care of one another. Please wear the mask in public.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
And thank you all so much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Bye.
Huddles.
Zan, thanks, brother. That was great, man.
Dude, that was so much fun. Thanks for having me again.
It's just such a cool time. I know we went probably long on time, but I don't care. I figured we had to make it up. We had to make it up to you a little bit because we were a little short on the last show. We have a pick from Zan, so to speak. He redid a song. I believe it was by, you want to mention what you sent to me?
Oh yeah, it's a Taylor Swift cover.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Why did you do this cover? I mean, what was behind it? I know you like Taylor Swift, but was there something about this song you sent us? And what was the name of the song?
It's 22 by Taylor Swift, and it's just super catchy, and I very much enjoy this song, so I covered it. I wrote the cover when I was living in that hotel while I was in training about a year ago when about around the same time that I was last on the show. So,
Well, as a bonus tonight, since we have Zan live, I'm going to play it for everybody. And here it is.
It feels like a perfect night to dress up like hipsters and make fun of our exes. It feels like a perfect night for breakfast at midnight to fall in love with strangers. Yeah, we're happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time. It's miserable and magical, oh yeah. Tonight's the night when we forget about the deadlines. It's time, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Everything will be alright if you keep me next to you. You don't know about me, but I bet you want to. Everything will be alright if we just keep dancing like we're 22. 22. It seems like one of those nights. This place is too crowded. Too many cool kids. It seems like one of those nights. We ditch the whole scene and end up dreaming instead of sleeping. Yeah, we're happy, free, confused, and lonely in the best way. It's miserable and magical, oh yeah. Tonight's the night when we forget about the heartbreaks. It's time, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Everything will be alright if you keep me next to you. You don't know about me, but I bet you want to. Everything will be alright if we just keep dancing like we're 22. 22. I don't know about you. 22. 22. It feels like one of those nights we ditch the whole scene. It feels like one of those nights we won't be sleeping. It feels like one of those nights you look like bad news. I gotta have you. I gotta have you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Everything will be alright if you keep me next to you. You don't know about me, but I bet you want to. Everything will be alright if we just keep dancing like we're 22. 22. Dancing like we're 22. Yeah. 22. It feels like one of those nights we ditch the whole scene. It feels like one of those nights we won't be sleeping. It feels like one of those nights you look like bad news. I gotta have you. I gotta have you.